Chapter 176. Neither side was willing to give in, the atmosphere suddenly became tense, and a war was about to break out. The people of Xinhuo Palace wanted to leave without caring about anything and let them fight to the death, but this was just a thought and they couldn't do that. Since none of you are willing to give in, why don't we send 3 of you to fight and decide who will take over Xianzhou? This will also reduce casualties. Neither side was willing to give in, so Yi Tianxing proposed a compromise, asking them to send out 3 strong men to decide the outcome and decide the ownership of Xianzhou. No, I don't agree. The overseas forces immediately objected. None of them could match Bai Jingqiu. If they agreed, they would have already lost the game before the fight even started. Moreover, the other 2 first-grade warriors were seriously injured. If they fought with injuries, the chances of winning would be slim. The proposal of Xinhuo Palace is very unfavorable to them. So what do you want? The overseas forces said in an unquestionable tone, Xianzhou is our territory, the Bai family must withdraw their troops. The overseas forces believe that they are the victimized party, and now simply asking the Bai family to withdraw their troops is already their biggest concession. That's just wishful thinking. Xianzhou must be brought under the rule of the Bai family. The Bai family is determined to take Xianzhou, and there is no possibility of any other outcome. Everyone, since you can't resolve the war, please leave. The victors will be the kings and the losers will be the bandits. Force will resolve everything and let everything settle. Bai Shanghui wanted to persuade Xinhuo Palace to leave so as not to cause trouble and affect the battlefield. No, whoever dares to take the initiative is our enemy. Everyone came here to mediate, how could they just leave like that? The situation is in a difficult situation. The Bai family and overseas forces are unlikely to give in. Xinhuo Palace does its best to prevent a war between the 2 sides. Both sides were concerned about the Xinhuo Palace and did not dare to fight rashly, so they fell into a stalemate. Although Xinhuo Palace temporarily stopped the war, it was not a long-term solution after all. After a long time, Xinhuo Palace could not intimidate both sides. Everyone immediately passed the news back to Xinhuo Palace, allowing other forces to make the decision. How so? What should I do now? Things are getting troublesome. After receiving the news, Xinhuo Palace was also at a loss as to how to resolve the issue. Neither the Bai family nor the overseas forces were willing to make concessions, making the situation extremely difficult. Since they want to fight, let them fight to the death. Don't worry about it, let them decide the outcome on their own. We are trying to mediate with good intentions, but we are not welcome here, so we will just ignore it. Xinhuo Palace was furious and even wanted to ignore it and let the Bai family and the overseas forces perish together. However, these are just angry words after all. Both the Bai family and overseas forces are crucial to the overall situation of human race. Overseas forces must guard Yunzhou to prevent attacks from the Shura tribe. The Bai family is also located on the border, and they are still needed to intimidate the barbarians and the ghosts. Once the 2 sides kill each other and suffer heavy losses, it will be an opportunity for the alien races, and it will be another disaster for the human race. Just when Xinhuo Palace was thinking about how to resolve the war, overseas forces seemed to have given up counting on Xinhuo Palace and actually mobilized the army guarding Yunzhou. This army is the elite of overseas forces. There are a large number of strong men in the army. They have been stationed on the border of Yunzhou to guard against the Shura tribe. When the strength is equal, war is a mutual loss and both sides are losers. Xinhuo Palace also knew the seriousness of the matter. Master Mingzhen and Master Xin Wusword were forced to come out of seclusion and personally come to Xianzhou to stop the war. Master Mingzhen's tone was full of helplessness. After Master Mingzhen said this, everyone felt even more ashamed. Amitabha, donors, why do you have to do this? The overseas forces immediately refused. Although they valued their own interests, they also had their own bottom line. Suzhou has been prosperous since ancient times and is one of the largest cities in the human race. My fellow donors, Qinglong Temple is willing to give Suzhou to the overseas forces, and the overseas forces will give Xianzhou to the Bai family. How about ending the war? The losses of overseas forces were no less than those of the Bai family, and they even lost an entire county. How sad it is. Bai Yiming also said that he would not accept this condition. I have great respect for the virtuous and respected people like Qinglong Temple who devoted their lives to the human race until their death, and I will never really occupy Suzhou for Xianzhou. As soon as these words were spoken, both the Bai family and overseas forces fell silent. If they accepted this condition, they would become the target of public criticism and be cursed by countless people. For the sake of the overall interests of the human race, Qinglong Temple made a huge sacrifice and was willing to give up a large state it occupied. The atmosphere in the hall was extremely depressing, filled with a sense of suffocation, making people breathe more heavily. Since you are not satisfied with my conditions, feel free to make any requests you have. As long as you withdraw your troops and stop killing each other, all the costs will be borne by Qinglong Temple. One side disregarded the safety of Yunzhou, and the other gave up the prosperous Xianzhou. They were determined to fight to the death just for Xianzhou, and the situation was completely out of control. Master, you are too kind. Suzhou is the land of Qinglong Temple. How can we take away someone's beloved place? Yi Tianxing and others were panicked. If the 2 sides really fought, the consequences would be disastrous and the entire human race might be doomed. The Bai family had already disappointed Lord Zuling last time, and they will never let Lord Zuling down again this time. In this battle, the Bai family lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers and many strong men, consumed a lot of resources, but only got a mere Sufeng county, and suffered a complete defeat. We are also willing to cease fire. In order to fight the Bai family at this time, overseas forces took a desperate gamble and burned their boats, abandoning the threat of the Shura clan. The overseas forces were so determined that the Bai family responded immediately. The Bai family's Xianzhou army and Anzhou army quickly came to Xianzhou. Bai Xingai, Bai Xiandao, and others all rushed to the battlefield. Even the clan leader Bai Yiming went out to fight a decisive battle with the overseas forces. Master, we are ashamed. The Bai family is willing to cease fire. Both sides took a step back, and the war that was about to break out finally subsided. If they were defeated in Xianzhou, they would abandon Yunzhou and allow the Shura clan to march straight in. They would not have a good life, and the Bai family would not have an easy life either. Bai Yiming made concessions, but he only agreed to a ceasefire and did not agree to withdraw troops, and the occupied Sufeng county would not be returned. Quick, ask for help from Xinhuo Palace immediately, the situation is out of control. If there is a winner, those spectators may be the real winners. In order to resolve the dispute between the two parties, Qinglong Temple is willing to give it up, which shows that they care about the overall interests of the human race. Master, you are very broad-minded. We admire you, but the Bai family will not agree to it. Since the Bai family has made concessions, overseas forces have also taken a step back. After Master Mingzhen and Master Xin Musord arrived, they invited the Bai family and overseas forces to discuss the affairs of Xianzhou. Together. Chapter 177. It was not until the Bai family and overseas forces withdrew their troops that many forces in Xinhuo Palace left. After the Bai family's army returned, they immediately issued pensions and began to recruit troops to make up for the war casualties. There was mourning in the Tianyu sect. The strong third-grade member of their sect went on an expedition with the Bai family's army, but unfortunately died. The entire sect lost its Optimus pillar, and those nearby began to look at it with eager eyes. At this time, the Bai family sent people to send a large amount of resources, including a third-grade elixir, which could help Tianyuman to have a new third-grade strongman appear as soon as possible. At the same time, the Bai family also announced that they would protect Tianyuman until they regained their strength. Except for the Tianyu sect, all forces have received pensions and rewards from the Bai family. The Bai family has generously provided them with enough money to quickly restore their strength. With the huge financial resources of the Bai family, the power lost in this battle is quickly restored. Overseas forces do not have the financial support of the Bai family to rival other countries, so they can only lick their wounds silently. 3 months later, Koxing Island sent people to ask for help from the Bai family, and the battle between the various sea areas and the Jiaolong clan was about to decide the winner. Koxing Island is now in a stalemate with the Jiaolong clan in the waters of Dais, and needs a powerful force to break the deadlock. Koxing Island asked us for help, what do you think? Bai Yiming summoned everyone to discuss. The Bai family has just experienced a war, and it is time to recuperate and not start another war. But Koxing Island is asking for help at this time. It seems that the situation is already very critical, and the Bai family must send people to rush for help. Koxing Island has not asked for help from the family in these years. They must have encountered difficulties at this time. We need to send people to support as soon as possible. What Bai Kaihuan said is what everyone thinks, and it is urgent to support Koxing Island. The family's army is not good at sea combat, and the family has just experienced a great war, and the soldiers are exhausted. It is not appropriate for the army to participate in the war anymore. The family can just send some strong men to support it. Combat at sea is no better than on land, and the Bai family's army will only increase casualties and not provide much help. Xian Bing has received a divine gift from Lord Ancestor Spirit and is very suitable for a battle in the sea. Take her there for this one. Everyone began to discuss the candidates to go to support, and everyone agreed to let Bai Xian Bing go. Clan leader Chu Yan and I should go together too. Bai Shenghui took the initiative to ask for help. He and Bai Kaihuan teamed up to fight even the strongest first-grade warriors, and they could leave at any time. We can ask Su Haran and some forces in Xianzhou to send out third-grade experts to fight. The Bai family has a clear purpose this time and only sends out strong people for support. Just in case, we need to ask one of Senior Puppet to take charge personally. Bai Yiming immediately went to visit Puppet Yi and the others, and Puppet Yi finally accompanied the others to support Koxing Island. Xingliu Island, the place where the Dai Sea territory and the Dragon tribe fought, both sides have left endless corpses here. They have sent news from the Earth Spirit Sea region that the Tianxing Sea region has intervened in this war. They are about to repel the main force of the Dragon clan. We must not allow the Dragon clan to make a breakthrough at this time and affect the main battlefield. Zhang Tianhe's tone was solemn. Now it was time to decide the outcome, and there must not be any mistakes. If they are defeated in the Daishe area, the Jiaolong clan will achieve a substantial breakthrough, which will then affect the war situation of all parties, and their responsibilities will be of great importance. The Jiaolong clan continues to send more troops to the Dai Sea, and we are bound to win. This battle is hard to predict. Everyone was worried and had been at war with the Dragon clan for many years. All forces had suffered heavy losses, but they were just gritting their teeth and holding on. But now the Dragon clan has begun to increase its troops, and these new forces have joined the battlefield, making it difficult for them to deal with it. Seeing that the morale of the army was unstable, Zhang Tianhe did not hide the fact that the Bai family was about to come to support him. Don't worry, everyone. The Bai family will provide support soon. By then, we will be able to defend the land and sea area and let the Jiaolong clan return in defeat. After hearing that the Bai family was about to support them, everyone was overjoyed. The strength of the Bai family was obvious to all. If they could get their help, they would be a lot more confident. The Bai family knew that the battle situation on Koxing Island was tense and rushed there as quickly as possible. Seeing that the Bai family dispatched more than 20 strong men above 3rd grade to come to support, many forces in the land and sea area were convinced that this power was enough to determine the outcome. After the Bai family arrived, the dizzy sea area immediately launched a counterattack. Bang! Boom! Puff! It was the first time that the Bai family witnessed a great battle at sea. The creatures in the dizzy sea area came and went like the wind, rushing into the sea to fight with the Jiaolong clan. There are not many members in the Jiaolong clan, but they are the king clan of sea beasts. They can command endless sea beasts to fight, so they have the advantage in terms of numbers. Everyone, take action! Everyone attacked and killed the strong men from the Jiaolong clan. At this moment, Bai Xianbing rode out on his horse, and descended on the battlefield with his beautiful and graceful figure like a startled swan. Bang! Crack! Crack! She waved her hand lightly, and the whole place where she was turned into an ice world. Even the sea surface was instantly frozen for dozens of kilometers. Many sea beasts were directly frozen to death, the sea surface was frozen, and the Jiaolong tribe had difficulty in driving the sea beasts to fight. Kill her! The strong men of the Jiaolong clan rushed towards Bai Xianbing, wanting to kill the culprit. Quick, take action immediately! After being shocked, the people in the dizzy sea area came to their senses and quickly took action to block the strong men of the Jiaolong clan. You want to kill me? You're seeking death. Bai Xianbing broke away from the protection of the crowd and attacked a first-grade strongman from the Jiaolong clan. When Jiao Yuanlong saw Bai Xianbing coming towards him, murderous intent flashed in his eyes and he immediately attacked. Bang! Jiao Yuanlong launched a full-strength attack, but saw that the extremely cold air around Bai Xianbing completely exploded, and the entire battlefield seemed to fall into an ice cave. The temperature dropped rapidly. If they were not all strong people above the 3rd grade, they would not be able to withstand such a low temperature. Wherever the extreme cold air passed, everything was frozen, even the attacks launched by Jiao Yuanlong were frozen and unable to move forward. This scene opened everyone's eyes and shocked everyone. Who could rival such a terrifying power? Kill! Jiao Yuanlong transformed into the body of a dragon, with divine light radiating from his body, like a furnace baked by the sun. The scorching heat dispelled the extreme cold air, and he rushed to Bai Xianbing, grabbing Bai Xianbing's head with his dragon claws. Get out of the way! Danger! Get out of the way! Everyone in the dizzy sea area panicked and shouted to Bai Xianbing to take shelter. Bai Shenghuai and Bai Kaihuan also felt a palpitation in their hearts, worried that Bai Xianbing would be hurt. However, when they saw that Kuei Yi was calm and composed, they also felt relieved. If Bai Xianbing is in danger, Senior Kuei will definitely take action at the first moment. Now Senior Kuei didn't make any moves, which meant Xianbing was not in danger. Under everyone's watchful eyes, the dragon claw grabbed Bai Xianbing's head. Click, click, click! Ahuro! Bai Xianbing was crushed by the dragon's claws like an ice sculpture. The moment the dragon claws touched the ice sculpture, extremely cold air burst out, instantly freezing the huge body of the Jiao Yuan dragon. Chapter 178. After Jiao Yuanlong was frozen, Bai Xianbing slowly walked out from the broken ice, seemingly not hurt at all. Hold head high! A shocking dragon roar sounded, shattering the ice, and Jiao Yuanlong broke out of the seal. His breath was fluctuating at this time, and there was fear in his eyes. He hurriedly swam his huge dragon body to distance himself from Bai Xianbing. Click, click, click! Ahuro! Bai Xianbing did not move, but countless ice knives and frost swords fell from the sky and attacked Jiao Yuanlong. These ice knives and frost swords were indestructible. Even the dragon scales of Jiao Yuanlong were broken, and his body was covered in blood. Boom! Bai Xianbing flew into the sky, and an iceberg dozens of miles long fell down and pressed towards Jiao Yuanlong. At the same time, countless ice spears appeared out of nowhere and kept attacking Jiao Yuanlong, making him run for his life. Hold head high! When the iceberg fell, Jiao Yuanlong tried to resist, but he was like a mantis trying to stop a chariot. He was hit by the iceberg and was frozen in an instant. Bang! Crack! Crack! The iceberg and Jiao Yuanlong's body smashed into the sea together, and Jiao Yuanlong shattered instantly and died. The entire sea surface, with the iceberg as the center, erupted in extreme cold air and froze quickly. How horrible! How horrible! It's terrible! What kind of power is this? Countless people were dumbfounded and trembling in their souls as they looked at Bai Xianwei, who was calm and cold. Mastering the power of heaven and earth, he could easily kill a first-grade warrior, which made people extremely fearful. After defeating Jiao Yuanlong, Bai Xianbing waved his hand and an extremely cold air enveloped the battlefield, like a great world of ice and snow descending. Click, click, click! Ahuro! The Jiaolong clan had nowhere to stay. The endless and invisible freezing force kept attacking them, and they would be frozen if they were not careful. Hateful! Retreat! Leave! Bai Xianbing's presence has affected the battlefield, and the Jiaolong tribe can only withdraw. Ha ha ha, fellow deists, this really opens my eyes. The Bai family has a successor, which is really enviable. Thank you all fellow deists for your help. After the Jiaolong tribe withdrew, everyone came to the Bai family and kept thanking them. After this battle, the Jiaolong tribe took the initiative to retreat, and the Dizzy Sea area did not launch another attack. As long as they can keep the Dizzy Sea area intact, they will have completed their mission. After a year of confrontation, the Jiaolong clan was defeated in the main battlefield, the Jiaolong clan withdrew all its forces, and the Bai family also left the Dizzy EC area. During this period, Bai Xianbing's name became famous in the Dizzy EC area and was known by many forces. The battle in the Dizzy EC is in full swing, and various resources are urgently needed. The Bai family Chamber of Commerce entered the Dai Sea area with a large amount of resources. The Bai family also had fleets in other major sea areas, but the Dai Sea area was the main sea area where the Bai family was currently operating. Boom! Qingshan built a space channel between the Bai family's land and the Holy Tribe. Now the space channel is very stable and can be tried for teleportation. Go in. Fuiao summoned a ghost soldier and let him enter the passage. A moment later, ghost soldiers appeared in the Bai family's territory. Very good, the space channel is complete. Now they can expand with all their strength. Qingshan was very excited. In this way, both parties could cooperate with each other, expand outward as quickly as possible, and speed up their own breaking of the seal. At the same time, the alien race launched a massive attack on the north of the ancestral home. They seemed to see the contradictions within the human race and wanted to make a breakthrough in the north. After losing the Qingshan tribe, the Qingshan land was used as a breakthrough point by foreign races, who launched continuous fierce attacks. Call all tribes to join the war. Zhang Ming, who was in charge of Qingshan land, ordered all the tribes in Qingshan land to join the war to relieve their pressure. The land of Beast Universe was also affected, and many alien races entered. Expand the Holy Guard to 50,000 men. Today, the population of the Holy Tribe has exceeded 1 million, and they can expand their military forces on a large scale. Chief, there are aliens entering the Beast Universe. Let's go and capture them. The Holy Tribe today is no longer what it used to be. It has strong soldiers and horses. Any aliens who dare to enter will only die. The army of the Holy Tribe continued to sweep, and any aliens that entered the Beast Universe would be captured. As the alien tribes that entered the Beast Universe continued to disappear, the aliens also discovered the abnormality. All the people sent to Beast Universe have lost contact. It seems something bad has happened to them. There is only one Holy Tribe in Xiaoyu. Are they really that strong? The most urgent task is to seize the Qingshan land. The Beast world is not important. Many alien races joined forces to attack the human race. They could not take care of Beast Universe for the time being. The most important thing was to take over the Qingshan land as soon as possible. The alien race launched a violent attack on the Qingshan land. Many tribes suffered heavy losses, and the royal army also lost more than half of its troops, unable to stop the alien offensive. Ask the royal court for help. Zhang Ming had no choice but to keep asking for help from the Li Yuan royal court. The Li Yuan royal court already felt regretful at this time. If the Qingshan tribe left, they would have to take on the Qingshan tribe's responsibilities and defend the Qingshan land, forcing them to send troops to support again. Although the Li Yuan royal court was powerful, their main force was also pinned down by foreign races, so they could only send 20,000 troops to support. However, there were more than a dozen strong men above the fetal breathing realm and dozens of flying tigers in the army, which made Zhang Ming overjoyed. No, we have to leave quickly, otherwise we will be killed. The Qingshan land can no longer be defended. Let's escape. There is still a chance of escaping now. Seeing that the situation was hopeless, many tribes in Qingshan land fled. The Li Yuan royal court was too busy to spare the energy to stop them. Many tribes fled into the Beast Universe and were annexed by the Holy Tribe. Chief, good news. The Spirit Horse tribe has successfully tamed the unicorn. The tribe now has more than 3,000 unicorns. Huangju came to Guxian with a happy look on his face to report that after years of hard work, the Lingma tribe had finally tamed the unicorn. Ha ha ha, okay. Okay. The unicorns are strong and have great endurance. With them, it will be much easier for the Holy Tribe to transport supplies in the future. Chief, the Fire Spirit Tribe's priest wants to see you, Lord Priest. The Fire Spirit Tribe was once a marquisate in the land of Beast. They were forced to leave Beast and join the Green Scale Tribe. After many twists and turns, they finally returned to the land of Beast. But now things have changed. Although they have returned to the Beast Universe, they are no longer the overlords of the Beast Universe, but have become members of the Holy Tribe. I will report to Lord Jilling and the Saintess. The Fire Spirit Tribe wants to see the Spiritual Master, and needs the Spiritual Master's consent. Guxian returned quickly and informed the Fire Spirit Tribe's sacrificial spirits that they could go and pay homage to the Lord of Sacrificial Spirits. The Fire Spirit Tribe's sacrificial spirit is a flaming fusang sacred tree, which immediately bowed upon seeing Fuiao and Qingshan. Greetings to the Holy Lord. Meet the Saint. The Fire Spirit offered sacrifice to the spirit with great respect and was very nervous. No need to be polite. Qingshan was observing the Fire Spirit and found that he was a little strange. Chapter 179. Your origin is deficient and difficult to recover. In Qingshan's eyes, the state of the Fire Spirit sacrifice was as clear as the lines on the palm of his hand, and nothing could escape his discerning eyes. The Fire Spirit Priest was horrified that the Holy Lord saw through his situation at a glance, which made him feel even more odd. My lord, when I was reborn as Nirvana, it ended in failure, which damaged my origin and I lost the chance to return to the top. The Fire Spirit Sacrifice Spirit did not hide the fact that he had fought desperately, and although he managed to save his life, he also lost a large amount of his essence which could not be recovered. Boom. A divine light enveloped the Fire Spirit Sacrifice Spirit, and his damaged essence was recovering rapidly. Thank you, Holy Lord. The Fire Spirit was extremely excited, knowing that it was the Holy Lord who helped him recover his origin, so he immediately prostrated himself on the ground and paid homage. Boom. After the origin was restored, the fire spirit sacrifice spirit instantly returned to its peak, and an aura of the Nirvana realm rose into the sky. Before this aura could spread, it was suppressed by Fuiao. Back off. Qingshan helped the fire spirit to recover in order to enhance the strength of the holy tribe. The fire spirit sacrifice spirit is only one step away from the Marquis realm. Once he breaks through, it will be a great help. Afterwards, Qingshan ordered Guxian and others to call him the Holy Lord from now on. As more and more tribes joined the holy tribe, the number of sacrificial spirits increased, and it became inconvenient to continue calling them sacrificial spirits. Chief, we have wiped out all the alien races near the Beast Universe. If you want to capture alien slaves, you need to leave the Beast Universe. The holy tribe already had more than 600,000 alien slaves, but this was far from enough. Moreover, these slaves kept dying and were consumed quickly, and the holy tribe needed more foreign slaves. All the alien races in the land of Beast Universe were wiped out by the holy tribe. If they wanted to capture alien slaves, they could only go to other places. Chief, the alien race is fighting a war with the Laiwan royal court in Qingshan land. We can go to Qingshan land to join the war and capture the alien slaves. There are countless alien races in the Qingshan land, which fully meet the requirements of the holy tribe. The number of aliens attacking Qingshan land is huge and their strength is strong. Is it risky for us to attack rashly? The alien races that attacked the Qingshan land were all warriors among the alien races. If the holy tribe wanted to capture them alive, there would be many casualties. Chief, for the development of the tribe, some sacrifices are unavoidable. In order to make the tribe strong as quickly as possible, sacrifice is inevitable. Potion, Huangju, the two of you will lead 20,000 holy guards to Qingshan land and wait for an opportunity. Don't take any risks. Guxian asked two people to lead the troops there. The tribe has been growing food and building cities recently, and indeed needs a large number of foreign slaves. The two led the army and marched towards the Qingshan land. After entering, they chose a blood clan army of more than 50,000 people as their target. This blood clan army only has more than 50,000 people. Try to capture them alive. The holy tribe's army suddenly rushed out, alarming the blood clan's army that was setting up camp. Oh no, it's the human race army. Quick, meet the enemy. Enemy attack, enemy attack. The blood clan army was also experienced in battle, and they immediately took up their weapons and attacked the holy guards. You don't know your own limits. The fierce and wolf-like holy guards rushed out quickly and annihilated the blood clan army in one fight. The lowest level of the holy guards is the bone-tempering realm. Many soldiers in the blood clan army have not even broken through the physical body realm, so how can they be a match for the holy guards? The three vampire generals at the fetal breathing stage looked at the army below being slaughtered and immediately took action in anger. Call out. Suddenly, 5 black shadows flew across the sky. The three men only saw a flash of afterimage before they were surrounded by 5 ghost soldiers. Kill. Several people took the initiative to attack, trying to break out of the encirclement. The Bart soldiers are shaped like bats and can fly very fast, far beyond the fetal breathing state. Moreover, they can also release energy lasers, which can defeat even the Nirvana realm, let alone the fetal breathing realm. Take enough food with you, go and wipe out these orc tribes, and bring back the human race there. After a period of investigation, everyone got to know the orcs nearby. The orcs that entered the forest were only a few scattered groups, and they could not alert the enemy. Now that they have discovered the existence of the human race, they must act as soon as possible to bring these human race back to the tribe. In addition to the elves, they also saw the short human race. Everyone returned quickly to bring the captives back. The forest is full of ancient trees, towering green mountains and full of vitality. Let me go, please let me go. Some orc tribes entered the forest and captured many people from small tribes. After more than a month's-long journey, the holy guards finally approached the forest. The holy tribe greatly relieved the Li Yuan royal court of the pressure, allowing them to defend the Qingshan land with great difficulty. These orcs are led by 3 large tribes, each with tens of thousands of people. They are not easy to deal with. Return to the tribe. The battlefield in Qingshan land is becoming more and more dangerous. Don't go to Qingshan land for the time being. Expand from other directions. Everyone suddenly felt that the situation was difficult. The orcs were very powerful among the alien races, and even the holy guards could not defeat them easily. Is that also a human race? Why is it different from us? The holy tribe built some carriages, and the food and weapons of the holy guards could be placed on these carriages, which made things much easier. Want to take action? There is a forest thousands of kilometers to the west. We found a large number of orc tribes. They are wantonly capturing weak races in the forest, including the human race. Don't worry, just follow them, find their tribe and then capture them all. Li Potion and his men did not launch an attack rashly, but first scouted the situation in the forest. They only have 20,000 holy guards, and they are unable to destroy these large orc tribes and numerous other orc tribes. They saw some elves that looked like the human race, but some of them were motionless, and they were puzzled for a moment. The army was dispatched quickly. Li Potion, Huangju and Manzan went together, and thousands of unicorns also played a role. Everyone saw a bloody scene where both the elves and dwarves were eaten alive by the orcs. Guxian and his men always take it as their responsibility to strengthen the tribe and dare not slack off in the slightest. Don't kill me, spare my life. As the holy tribe continued to attack, the alien races suffered huge losses. After a year, at least 300,000 troops were wiped out by the holy tribe. Li Potion and others were eager to make a move and couldn't wait to take action. No, no. The Holy Tribe has already angered the alien races. If they go to the Qingshan land again, they will probably be attacked by the alien races. They cannot take the risk. The green-scaled eagles have been patrolling outside, and they have gained something thousands of kilometers away. Look, why are those human race so short? The battle ended quickly, 3 people in the Taijutsu realm were captured alive, and more than 30,000 soldiers were captured. Chapter 180. Although they wanted to rescue the human race, they found it difficult to deal with so many orcs. If they fight head-on, the 20,000 holy guards will suffer heavy losses. We can use ghost soldiers to consume their strength, and then defeat them in one fell swoop. Huangju wanted to use the ghost soldiers to continuously attack the orc tribe. The ghost soldiers were immortal and could wear down the orc tribe, but it would just take some time. Let the holy guards withdraw temporarily, and you all will attack with me. Everyone ordered the holy guard to withdraw from the forest, and Huangju, Manzhan, and Li Potian launched an attack on an orc tribe of tens of thousands of people. Take action. The two summoned more than 1,000 ghost soldiers, 10 of whom were in the fetal breathing realm. The lowest level ghost soldiers were all in the blood channeling realm, which was very terrifying. Kill. They rushed into the orc tribe quickly, killing anyone they saw without holding back. The enemy is coming, meet them quickly. What is this? Kill them. The orcs didn't know what race the ghost soldiers were, but they were not afraid at all and immediately fought back. Go to hell. He leaped into the sky with his mighty force, his hands spread as wings, and an endless and terrifying force continued to gather. All I saw was a giant mountain slowly taking shape. This mountain was so huge, dozens of kilometers long, enough to cover the entire orc tribe. Li Potion is determined to kill all the orcs in the tribe. No, stop him quickly. When the powerful orcs saw this, they were terrified. If the huge mountain fell, they would die without a burial place, so they all rushed towards Li Potion desperately. Don't even think about disturbing the commander-in-chief. Manzhan and his companion fought with all their might, but they were still unable to stop all the strong men of the orc tribe. Boom! Li Potion threw the mountain with great force, and the huge mountain tore through the space, shattering the heaven and earth. Roar! At the critical moment, an orc let out a thunderous roar, and his body quickly expanded and turned into a giant over 1,000 meters tall. The giant is extremely powerful, with muscles entwined like a dragon, and looks very scary. Bang! When the huge mountain fell, the giant stood upright and actually carried the falling mountain with his own strength. How is that possible? Manzhan and the other man looked at the scene in disbelief. That was a huge mountain condensed into chains, as heavy as the sky. How could anyone hold it up? Ah! The giant roared again and was about to fly off the top of the mountain. Is it that easy? The giant flew above the boulder with force, and infinite power was transmitted to the giant through the boulder. Click, click, click. A sound that made people's teeth ache was heard, and the giant and Li Potion began to wrestle. The orc's body gradually bent down, and his legs were shaking. Ha ha ha, kill. Manzhan and the other man no longer cared about the battlefield between Li Potion and the giant, and began to concentrate on harvesting the lives of the orcs. Click, click, click. The giant's strength was beyond Li Potion's expectations. His body was extremely strong and he was still holding on tenaciously even under Li Potion's suppression. The giant couldn't bear the huge force, the ground beneath his feet shattered, and his body slowly sank into the ground. At the same time, cracks appeared in the boulder and it began to break. Call out. Suddenly, a silver light fell like a meteor and hit Li Potion directly. When approaching, Li Potion saw that this was an orc, but his whole body was covered in silver-white divine light. The silver orcs don't have any weapons, they just use their bodies to hit the sky. Welcome. Li Potion, who has mastered the power of the mountain demon, is confident in his body and is not afraid of confronting anyone head-on. He immediately kills the silver orcs. Bang! The moment the two collided, the sky cracked, the space shattered, and void abyss appeared one after another. Rewind. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. The two of them were like two continents colliding. The sky collapsed and the earth shook. The area was like a big earthquake. There were a lot of cracks and many orcs were swallowed up. Puff. After the ultimate confrontation, both of them were knocked back at the same time. Li Potion quickly stabilized his figure, but the silver orc kept retreating, crushing the space with every step, leaving a dark void. He spit out a mouthful of blood, and the silver light on his body dimmed a lot. Die to me. At this time, the giant actually lifted the giant mountain, jumped into the sky, and threw it towards Li Potion with all his strength. Broke in. Li Potion did not take action to resist, and the giant mountain continued to disintegrate and shatter on the way down to him, and turned into nothingness before it reached him. Bang! The giant punched Li Potion. This punch was full of endless power, causing the sky wind to stir and rumble like the angry god. Li Potion rushed out quickly and punched out as well. He was as small as an ant in front of the giant, but after the fists collided, it was the ants that knocked the giant back. The giant's fists were bloody, and several bones were broken. This person is too powerful. You and I should join forces to defeat him. Seeing the horror of Li Potion, the silver orcs and the giants joined forces. The two cooperated tacitly, taking advantage of opportunities and attacking together. On the battlefield below, the orc tribe suffered heavy losses, especially the desolate ghost soldiers, who could not only fly, but also release energy lasers. Their lethality was so terrifying that they killed thousands of orcs in a short period of time. The strong orcs wanted to stop it, but were held back by barbarian Jean and others. He could only watch his people being slaughtered. Damn it, damn it. Damn it, you guys deserve to die. What now? The orcs are extremely anxious. If this continues, their vitality will be severely damaged. Hold on, other tribes will soon come to support us. They also had reinforcements. When they first came to the forest, the orc tribe had an agreement that as long as one of them was attacked, other tribes would come to support them. They only need to hold on for a while, and when other tribes come to support them, the enemy will die. After a long fierce battle, Manzhan and Huangju prepared to retreat. They achieved brilliant results, but their own losses were not small. Orcs have a strong character, and many orcs choose to die together with the ghost soldiers. More than half of the thousands of soldiers have been lost and must leave. Retreat. The two of them let the ghost soldiers cut off their backs and easily escaped from the battlefield. Commander, please leave first. After the two successfully left, they shouted to Li Potion. Bang! Li Potion punched the giant back, and with a sudden press of his other hand, a towering mountain fell towards him again. Roar! The giant exploded with all his strength to hold the huge mountain, and it was difficult to escape for a while. Puff! Li Potion kicked the silver orc away and quickly turned around and left. After the three people left, the bodies of the remaining ghost soldiers exploded and disappeared without a trace. They had returned to the Dark Kingdom. Chapter 181. Where are the people? What's going on? Why did you suddenly disappear? It is hard to understand why the ghost soldier disappeared out of thin air right under everyone's noses. They suffered huge losses, but they didn't even know what kind of force the enemy was, and they burst into terrible anger. Even though Li Potion and the other two had left, they could still hear the orcs' angry roars. 3 days later, they chose an orc tribe to attack again. Damn it, it's that mysterious group of people, go and inform the other tribes. This time the orc tribe was prepared. They did not attack rashly, but instead gathered together to contain the ghost soldiers and wait for support from other tribes. They were on guard against us, and we fought quickly and decisively. Manzhan and others launched a fierce attack, and Li Potion also rushed into the battlefield. However, he was restrained by an orc, whose strength was no less than the two people he had fought before. Both of them were half-step into the king realm. Being restrained by this person, Li Potion was unable to join the battlefield below. Moreover, this person was very cautious. He only defended and never attacked. He never took risks. Li Potion couldn't do anything to him for a while. It's impossible to do anything, leave first. After a long fierce battle, they found that other orc tribes came to support them, so they had to retreat temporarily. Bang! Li Potion knocked the orc back with one punch and left in style. Manzhan and the other man also left quickly, and the ghost soldier finally returned to the Dark Kingdom. After returning to the Holy Guard camp, the three of them gathered together to discuss. The orc tribe is on guard. We need to change our strategy. The orcs have united, and if they want to achieve brilliant results, they need to change their previous plans. The strongest orc tribes can hold us back, but the other orc tribes don't have that strength. We can completely slaughter them before the support from other tribes arrives. The strongest orc tribes have a large number of strong men and half-step king realms in charge, and it is difficult to make a breakthrough even if a few people attack. But the other orc tribes could not stop these few people at all. They could give up attacking the strongest orc tribes and eliminate the weaker ones first. Okay, let's get started. After several people changed their strategy, they soon made a breakthrough. Some orc tribes had only a few thousand people, and there were not even any strong men in the fetal breathing state to command them. It was a completely one-sided massacre. Those tribes with people in the fetal breathing state could not escape the poisonous clutches. Their strong men were easily killed by Li Potion, and the dark abyss swallowed up countless orcs. 3 months later, more than a dozen orc tribes were almost wiped out, leaving all the orc tribes in panic. We can't go on like this, otherwise we will just be gradually eaten away by the enemy. Having lost so many elite soldiers in such a short time, the orcs have realized the seriousness of the problem. Leave. The Emerald Forest is not the territory of the orcs. They come here to capture weak races. The losses they have suffered now have exceeded their gains. If they do not evacuate, the losses will only be greater. They didn't want to leave in such a mess and wanted to fight the enemy to the death. But the enemy came and went without a trace, and even if they were surrounded by them, they could disappear into thin air. They had no choice but to order an evacuation. The orcs have withdrawn. This is really unexpected. Li Potion and his companions did not expect that the orcs would choose to withdraw. Since they have taken the initiative to retreat, we don't need to pay attention to them. The orcs chose to evacuate, and there was no need for them to fight to the death with the orcs. Their purpose in coming here is to conquer the human race in the forest, not to start a war with the orcs. The orcs evacuated very quickly, and almost all of them left the Emerald Forest in just over a month. Immediately contact the human race in the forest and migrate them away. As soon as the orcs retreated, everyone couldn't wait to take action and sent the holy guards into the forest to contact the human race. The human race in the forest were overjoyed when they saw the holy guards. After the holy guards explained their purpose, they chose to leave with them without hesitation. The Emerald Forest is full of dangers, with endless wild beasts and other races, none of which the human race can handle. What they want most is to be able to leave the forest and go to the holy tribe. At the same time, several human races in the forest were brought to Li Potion and his 2 companions. Even though Li Potion and the other 2 had restrained their auras, they were still frightened and appeared to be very cautious and at a loss. Don't be nervous, I'll ask you a few questions. Huangju asked them to come just to ask some questions. A villain will tell you everything he knows, and he will tell you everything he knows. Although Huangju and his companions did not seem to have any ill intentions, they were still frightened. Huangju didn't care and asked, I saw some human race in the forest, but they are a little different from us. What's going on? After hearing this, several people realized that Huangju and his group did not understand the forest, and those people were not the human race at all. Muruohei answered truthfully, My lords, those are not us human race, they are the elves and dwarf human race. Hearing this, several people suddenly realized that it was not the human race. No wonder it was different from the human race. Since they are not human race, they are alien races. We can just take them all back and make them slaves. Muruohei looked at the strange looks in the eyes of several people and was hesitant to speak. How could his actions be hidden from the three of them? They all saw it clearly. Huangju said, just say whatever you want to say. Muruohei no longer concealed the truth and said, My lords, the elves are good at growing natural treasures, and the dwarfs are good at making weapons. They are all peace-loving races, and have always lived in harmony with us, helping each other. Having said this, Muruohei stopped talking. He had already tried his best to speak well of the two tribes, and he was powerless to do anything about their future. Got it, you guys go down. After the few people retreated respectfully, Huangju said, Take all these elves and dwarfs back to the holy city, but don't be too harsh on them, they may be of great use to the tribe. If it is true as Muruohei said, the elves and the dwarf human race can play a great role in the development of the holy tribe, they cannot treat the two races like they treat the blood race, the scorpion race and other slaves. Let's do it. Move them away as quickly as possible. A few people made a decision and began to migrate the human race and the two races away. The two tribes did not resist. They knew they could not resist and seemed to have accepted their fate. At least the human race didn't treat them like other races and gave them food, which was something they couldn't even dream of. Huangju and the others passed the news back, and Qingshan immediately arranged a large number of people to come with food for support. The migrating team was endless and there was no end in sight. There are nearly 200,000 human races, more than 50,000 elves and more than 100,000 dwarf human races. The migration team is very large. Chapter 182. After nearly half a year of migration, everyone finally returned to the holy tribe. These human races were quickly settled, but how to deal with the elves and dwarf human races became a difficult problem for the holy tribe. Chief, the elves and dwarfs are not bloodthirsty races, and they are good at growing natural treasures, changing the environment, and making weapons. We cannot treat them like other slaves. Huangju expressed his idea that the two races should be treated differently. Patriarch, you can let them demonstrate their strength first, and then decide how to deal with them. Manzan believes that they can first confirm whether the two tribes have this talent, and then decide how to deal with the two tribes. Give some land to the elves so they can grow crops, and give some minerals and metals to the dwarf human race so they can refine weapons. Qingshan made a decision that if the two tribes really had such great abilities, they would treat them well. If the two races do not have this ability, they can only be like the slaves of the blood race. Elves, dwarves, human race, interesting, what kind of continent is the wild continent? Qingshan was somewhat surprised to see the appearance of the elves and dwarf human race, and became even more curious about the wild continent. Qingshan set his sights on the two tribes and soon discovered their talents. The food grown by the elves is much stronger than that grown by other people. The dwarves are also gifted. After seeing the weapons of the holy tribe, they can quickly make the same weapons, but they are all inferior weapons. But this is already terrifying. Qingshan and the others were also very happy, they felt like they had found a treasure. Just as they were discussing how to settle the two tribes, Fuiao summoned everyone. Everyone did not dare to delay and immediately went to pay their respects to Fuiao. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. Everyone bowed respectfully. Get up. After everyone sat down, Fuiao said slowly, the treatment of dwarves and elves is the same as that of the human race. Let them integrate into the human race as soon as possible. Although they didn't know why Fuiao gave this order, they had no choice but to obey. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fuiao handed some weapon blueprints and weapon forging secrets to Qingshan and instructed, give these to the dwarf. Qingshan took it carefully, and Fuiao continued, let all the elves come to the tribe. Qingshan and his companions left quickly and went downstairs to arrange the matters that Fuiao had asked them to do. The elves were quickly gathered together, and they were uneasy and worried. Mom, will we be killed? Sister, will we become slaves? Brother, I'm so scared. All the elves were extremely nervous, not knowing what their fate would be. All the elves were asked to line up, and this scene also alarmed the people of the holy city. What is this doing? These elves are so pretty. It's really curious that they are queuing up in the tribe's territory. Many human race people gathered nearby, pointing and talking about the elves. Everyone, step back. At this time, the holy guards came to drive them away, and the people had to leave. As all the elves waited anxiously, Fuiao arrived accompanied by Qingshan and others. Fuiao took out a few crystal balls and said, let's get started. Qingshan and others let the elves start to move forward, and each elf would touch the crystal ball. For most elves, there is nothing unusual when they touch the crystal ball, but for a few elves, the crystal ball will burst into brilliant light after being touched. The test ended quickly, and all those who could make the crystal ball glow were left behind. They will no longer grow crops in the future. Dong Garden will be handed over to them. All natural resources and treasures will be handed over to Dong Garden in the future. Asking the elves to grow food is a waste of natural resources, so Fuiao asked the elves to be responsible for growing natural resources. Chinexai Garden is the place where the tribe grows natural resources and treasures, and a large number of natural resources and treasures are planted. As for them, they will serve the father in their tribe from now on. Fuiao kept all the elves with magical talents, and they will stay in the tribe to practice magic. Yes. Gu Xian and the others naturally obeyed. Gu Xian and his team went to settle the others, and hundreds of elves with magical talents were brought to the tribal land. This is where you will live from now on. This is a magic initiation that you must master within 10 days. Those who cannot complete it will leave the tribe. Hearing this, everyone became panicked. They had been in the holy tribe for some time and had gotten to know the holy tribe a little better. Knowing that the girl in front of him is the supreme ruler of the tribe, even the tribal leader has to obey her orders. Everyone hurriedly flipped through the magic enlightenment in their hands, determined to complete the task. The crystal ball and magic enlightenment that appeared before were both the work of Qingshan. He inherited everything from the Holy Lord, and naturally also inherited all of the Holy Lord's magical knowledge. He wanted to teach magic to the elves and train a magic army that would obey his orders. As the seal gradually broke, he knew some things that he didn't understand before, and he knew clearly how powerful his enemy was. He had to do everything he could to increase his strength, otherwise even if he broke the seal, he would be sealed again. Even though everyone has magical talent, their talents vary in strength. The elves with the strongest talents mastered the magic enlightenment in just one day and constructed a golden dragon in their souls. This golden dragon quickly merged with their souls. With just a thought, Qingshan could make the dragon self-destruct, and the elves' souls would be destroyed as well. This is Qingshan's way of controlling many elves. He doesn't want to cultivate a group of traitors himself. 10 days passed quickly and half of the people failed to complete the task. You guys leave now. Fuiao let the failed ones leave. According to the instructions of the Father God, these people were not worth training. This is the basics of magic. You should master it as soon as possible. After Fuiao handed a copy of the magic encyclopedia to everyone, she ignored them no longer. These are just some basic magics. The most terrifying magic of the Holy Lord is the black magic that can destroy the world. However, people have just started to get in touch with magic, and it will take a long time for them to master the black magic. The population of the Holy Tribe has grown, and many cities have been built. They can no longer call themselves a tribe. Fuiao ordered that the Holy Tribe be named Holy Court, the Holy City be the center of Holy Court, and the Holy Tribe became history from then on. The Holy Guards attacked everywhere and went to the Emerald Forest again to hunt wild beasts and plunder resources. The Emerald Forest has countless resources, including many high-level natural treasures and divine gold veins, all of which were brought back to the Holy Court. The Holy Guards occasionally encountered some alien races. If they were dwarves, elves, or human races, they would bring them back and resettle them, while other alien races would become slaves. The Holy Court entered a period of rapid development, but the war between the Laiwan Royal Court and foreign races became increasingly fierce. Chapter 183. In the ancient continent, there has been constant war recently, and various forces are attacking each other. After the demon race attacked the Eldar, it sent troops to attack the barbarians again and is currently engaged in a fierce battle with them. The main force of the barbarians is being held back by the demon race, and the human race is ready to take advantage of the situation. The Demon Dao camp has sent someone to invite the Bai family to attack Huangzhou together. What do you think? Seeing the opportunity, the Demon Dao camp planned to take advantage of it to attack Huangzhou and regain lost territory. Patriarch, the weather has been good under our family's rule over the past few years, and the people have lived and worked in peace and contentment. The population is growing rapidly, and Yuanzhou and Anzhou will soon be overwhelmed. We need to expand our territory as soon as possible. There had been no war for many years under the rule of the Bai family, and with Kuei Yi's efforts to change the weather, the people had enough food and clothing, and a large number of newborns were born every day. Anzhou and Yuanzhou will soon be overcrowded, and the Bai family had this consideration when they attacked Xianzhou before. Although Xianzhou is rich in natural resources and has a vast territory, there are already a large number of living beings in Xianzhou. In addition, the forces of Hanzhou and Yunzhou have surrendered to the Bai family and migrated a large number of people to Xianzhou. Xianzhou has reached saturation and cannot accommodate more people. More population. The Bai family is eager to capture Xianzhou, but there are many obstacles and overseas forces are unwilling to give in, so it is not advisable to attack Xianzhou again for the time being. We can cooperate with the Demon Dao camp to attack Huangzhou, but after conquering Huangzhou, how do we divide the benefits? Everyone agreed to attack Huangzhou, but how to divide the benefits after conquering Huangzhou became a problem. Send someone to discuss with the Demon Dao camp. We will also force a breakthrough during this time. This will increase our chances of winning. Several people are about to break through to the second grade realm. Once they decide to attack Huangzhou, they must break through before sending out troops. After receiving the news from the Bai family, the Demon Dao camp immediately gathered together to discuss. The Bai family agreed to join us in sending troops, but they want to determine the division of interests before sending troops. As soon as Yang Dingtian said this, everyone nodded slightly, agreeing with the Bai family's proposal. Since the Bai family has agreed to send troops, then let's speak with strength. We will march into Huangzhou at the same time, and whoever attacks the territory will own it. The Demon Dao forces were very much in agreement with Huo Tiandu's words. The demon Dao has always respected the strong and decided everything by strength. Okay, then let's contact the Bai family. After many discussions, the two sides decided to send troops to Huangzhou together half a year later. Bai Yiming and others are trying their best to break through in seclusion. Bai Jingkaiyu is in charge of the family's overall situation and begins to mobilize troops. The Xianzhou Army, Yuanzhou Army, and Anzhou Army receive orders and head to Yuan County. Many forces also received orders to fight and sent out strong men to participate in the war. The various forces were not averse to the Bai family's war order. They cooperated with the Bai family's army in the expedition, and all the expenses were borne by the Bai family. After death in battle, they will receive compensation from the Bai family, and if they have made contributions, the Bai family will also reward them according to their merits. Even if a strong man dies on the battlefield, their sect will be protected by the Bai family, so that they have no worries. Bai Yiming and others forcibly broke through the realm with the help of elixirs, and Bai Weiyun repaired their damaged foundations. When the agreed time came, the Bai family army set out in full force. The Bai family sent out all their elite troops in this battle, and the patriarch Bai Yiming also participated. The family only left Kuei Yi to take charge, which shows that they are determined to take over Huangzhou. The Bai family's army is dispatched. What do they want to do? The Bai family's attack this time is massive, even bigger than the last attack on Xianzhou. Does the Bai family want to attack Huangzhou? The Bai family's army marched out from Yuan County, and many forces speculated that they wanted to attack Huangzhou. As expected, the marching route of the Bai family army was Huangzhou. The Bai family attacked Huangzhou. I hope they can recover the lost territory and return victoriously. The barbarians have occupied Huangzhou for too long. It's time to make them pay the price. Huangzhou is the land of our human race. It has been occupied by the barbarians. I hope the Bai family can take Huangzhou back. As long as the Bai family does not attack internally and start a civil war, most of the human race forces will still support them and sincerely hope that the Bai family can win and regain the lost territory. Damn human race, it won't be that easy if you want to take advantage of the situation. Fight now. It's a foolish dream to want to take back Huangzhou. When the barbarians learned that the Bai family was raising an army to attack, they were furious. Although they had to deal with the offensive of the demon race, they were not without spare energy to deal with the human race. They immediately prepared their troops to fight a decisive battle with the Bai family. Just as the barbarian army was heading towards the border of Huangzhou, the demon Dao camp's army also marched towards Huangzhou in a big way, and the barbarians were completely panicked. If it was just the Bai family's army, they could still handle it, but with the addition of the demon Dao camp, they would be attacked from both sides and the situation would be very difficult. They responded immediately by sending part of the army to the border of Huangzhou and Yangzhou to take a defensive stance and return to provide support after repelling the Bai family's army. Why should we take action now? Why not wait for the Bai family to fight with the barbarians, and then attract the main force of the barbarians to go there before sending troops? Wouldn't it be easier to attack Huangzhou? Some demon Dao forces were unhappy with Yang Dingtian and his men for launching an attack at this time, as doing so would only waste their advantages and increase casualties. You are short-sighted. Do you think the Bai family is stupid and willing to help others? If we hadn't sent troops, how could the Bai family have invaded Huangzhou? Yang Dingtian cursed loudly, saying that these people were short-sighted and thought that they were the only smart people in the world and everyone else was stupid. How could the Bai family not see such a simple truth? If they did not send troops, the Bai family would never send a single soldier to attack Huangzhou. This cooperation was originally a win-win situation. If they wanted to preserve their strength and let the Bai family and the barbarians fight each other, they would only gain nothing in the end and would completely offend the Bai family. Bai family. The Bai family army quickly arrived in Huangzhou, and the barbarian army was also on high alert in Ding'an County. The barbarians had occupied Huangzhou for many years and had long since made it impregnable. They had also built a strong pass leading to Ding'an County. This pass has cost the barbarians countless efforts. It will cost a lot to break through it. The crowd did not launch an attack rashly, as the pass before them seemed like a natural barrier that was difficult to conquer. It may be difficult to break through in the eyes of others, but as long as Senior Kuei-san takes action, it will be easily captured. This pass can stop anyone, but it cannot stop Kuei-san. Kuei-san has the ability to control the earth demon and can easily overturn this mighty pass. I'll go ask brother Kuei-san Dao to help. Bai Yiming also didn't want the army to suffer heavy casualties, so he went to ask Kuei-san to take action in person. Kuei-san and the other man received So Qingshan's order to help the Bai family capture Huangzhou with all their strength, and they did not refuse Bai Yiming's request. Chapter 184. The human race is overestimating their own capabilities. We have the upper hand. They can't even think of crossing the line. The human race will be beaten to a pulp here, and there will be no return. It's just right to water the earth with the blood of the human race. The barbarians do not take the human race seriously. They rely on their strong passes, which the human race cannot break through at all. Boom, boom, boom. At this moment, the sky collapsed and the earth broke apart, the whole earth was in turmoil, and the majestic pass that the barbarians had poured endless efforts into was also beginning to break and collapse. No, impossible. This scene made the barbarians' eyes tear up in disbelief. Stop him now. The barbarians discovered Kuei-san and knew that it was Kuei-san who took action, so they immediately rushed towards Kuei-san in anger. The war has begun. When the strong barbarians came to attack, Bai Jingkaiyu and others immediately went to meet them to prevent them from interfering with Kuei-san. When? Bang! Puff! With the flashing of swords and the blaring of drums, a battle of life and death ensued in an instant. All the members of the Bai family have broken through to the second grade realm, and they can fight even the first grade strong men. Du Yuming and more than 33rd grade experts from Xianzhou also quickly took action, and a war broke out. Ha ha ha, come on. Bai Jingkai was as strong as ever. Wherever his spear passed, it was like a dragon emerging from its pass, invincible. Kill. A first-grade warrior from the barbarian tribe rushed out and the two of them fought each other. Bai Shanghuai, Bai Kaihuan, Bai Wu, Bai Yiming, Bai Xingai, Bai Liufeng and others blocked all the first-grade strongmen of the barbarian tribe. The power of the talismans of several people cooperate with each other to unleash unparalleled power. The Bai family is so powerful. Why did the Bai family's combat power improve so quickly? The Bai family definitely has some unknown secrets. Every time the Bai family members appear, their fighting power changes drastically. No one would believe it if there was no chance. Swallow the sky and eat the earth. A mysterious dark abyss enveloped the battlefield. A powerful devouring force came from the abyss. The barbarian warriors tried their best to resist this devouring force and were in danger. Boom, crack, crack. An extremely cold air erupted, covering the battlefield. Bai Xianbing's peerless figure appeared on the battlefield. Everything was frozen wherever he passed, turning it into a world of ice and snow. The first-grade warriors were blocked by Bai Yiming and his men. No one from the barbarian tribe was a match for Bai Xianbing, and she killed two of them in a short time. Start the formation. The terrain below changed drastically. The previous towering mountains disappeared, and the deep ravines were filled up, leaving the land flat. The barbarian tribe opened a large formation and survived the disaster without being destroyed. However, the surrounding terrain has been changed, and the pass is completely exposed, so the Bai family army can attack the pass from all directions. Kill. The Bai family's army, which had been ready for battle, roared and charged towards the pass. They have crazy eyes, are fearless and have only a desire for military exploits. I want to gain enough military merit to exchange for elixirs. Only military achievements can help me rise to prominence. Military achievements, I want military achievements. The Bai family's army implements a military merit system, and many rare resources can only be exchanged for military merit. In order to gain military merit, the soldiers risked their lives to charge forward. The barbarians were also brave and good at fighting. They fought to the death and fought a life and death battle with the Bai family's army. And in the sky, Kuei Er was confronting the barbarian who was at the half-step eternal realm. Qi Tianfang had never dared to make a move. He knew the great reputation of Kuei Er, not to mention that there was also Kuei San. He was no match for him. If the strong barbarians had not gone to deal with demon race, the barbarians would not have let him fight against Kuei Er alone. Kuei Er raised his hand slightly, and Qi Tianfang's eyes changed drastically, and he became fully alert. Wind. Countless hurricanes rose from the ground, spinning at high speed, destroying the heaven and earth. Call out. Qi Tianfang was well aware of how terrifying Kuei Er was, so he immediately fled from the storm area, not daring to be surrounded by the storm. Qi Tianfang escaped from the storm area, and just when he breathed a sigh of relief, Kuei Er appeared behind him without him noticing. Kuei Er struck out with a palm, and Qi Tianfang quickly turned around and punched out. Bang! The powerful true energy collided with each other, the heaven and earth shattered, the mountains and rivers shook, and boundless power spread outward. The two men continued to mobilize their true energy, and their earth-shattering power forced the spectators to retreat. Puff! After a stalemate, blood appeared at the corners of Qi Tianfang's mouth. This was a fight that would hurt both sides, as each other's true energy was madly destroying the other's body. However, Kuei Er had already elementalized his body and was no longer made of flesh and blood. Qi Tianfang's true essence had no effect on him. Bang! Qi Tianfang didn't dare to fight Kuei Er anymore. All his true energy gathered at one point and exploded instantly. Kuei Er was as steady as a rock, not moving a muscle. Qi Tianfang took the opportunity to withdraw. Call. Kuei Er waved his hand casually, and a horizontal storm hit Qi Tianfang. Kuei Er sucked hard at one end of the storm, and a terrifying devouring force came from the other end of the storm, trying to suck Qi Tianfang into the storm. Ah! Qi Tianfang let out a long roar towards the sky, his eyes fierce, and he no longer resisted the devouring power of the storm, but instead accelerated and rushed into the storm. He erected a chi barrier around his body to block the force of the storm from the surroundings and quickly approached Kuei Er. When he appeared at one end of the storm, he exploded in an instant and punched Kuei Er hard with all his strength. Puff! However, he saw that the strongest attack he had prepared penetrated through Puppet 2's body. Puppet 2 had a blank expression on his face and did not suffer any damage at all. Kuei Er casually placed his palm on his chest. Ah! The palm energy instantly penetrated into his body, and countless hurricanes destroyed his body crazily, trying to tear him apart. Careful! At this moment, a sword energy suddenly appeared and arrived instantly, hitting Kuei Er's head. Kuei Er was caught off guard and before he could transform into an element, the sword energy had already pierced into his head. Kill! A figure rushed out as fast as thunder and went straight for Kuei Er's vital point. It's them, die! When Bai Jingkai saw the person who attacked, he instantly burst into murderous intent. He left his opponent who was badly beaten by him and rushed towards the killer. Although Kuei Er was pierced in the head by the sword energy, he did not suffer serious damage. Immortality is the basic power of the 8 demons. Although Kuei Er and the others are only the inheritors of the demon power and cannot achieve immortality, they also possess unparalleled vitality. This sword cannot make them lose the ability to fight back. Puff. The killer pierced through Kuei Er's heart with his sword, but not a single drop of blood flowed out. Wrong. The killer was shocked to realize that the attack was just an afterimage, so he immediately put away his sword and prepared to disappear into the void. It's too late. A storm appeared out of nowhere, trapping him in the storm and leaving him with nowhere to hide. Puff. Just when everyone's attention was attracted by the killer, two attacks came towards Qingshan from the left and the right. Qingshan withdrew his palms, and two continuous mountain ranges appeared in the sky, blocking the incoming attack. Kill. After the two attacks, two figures rushed towards him quickly, leaving him no chance of survival. Chapter 185. The sudden attack did not make Qingshan panic. He quickly landed on the ground, and only on the ground could he exert his demonic power to the fullest. Boom, crack, crack. The earth cracked, the mountains collapsed, and Qingshan's aura merged with the earth, making it impossible to sense. Swoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Huge mountains continued to crash towards the two killers. The two killers were in a very bad state facing the attack from the mountains and had lost the chance to assassinate Qingshan. What's this? The two men felt a huge force pulling them to the ground, as if their bodies were about to be torn apart. No, retreat quickly. The long-planned assassination failed, so the two decided to leave first and wait for the next opportunity. You're not going anywhere. At this time, the people of the Bai family had already abandoned their opponents and rushed towards them. Compared with the barbarians, these killers aroused more murderous intent among the Bai family. Bai Wu aimed his hands at the place where the two killers were, and the explosive force of the dragon talisman launched continuous attacks, making the two men dodge left and right, looking very embarrassed. Swish, whoosh whoosh whoosh. Bai Yiming also continuously emitted laser power. These rays of light were continuous and intertwined into a cage, trapping the two people. Not good, quickly find a way to break out. The two killers were panicked. The Bai family was unexpectedly strong. If they didn't find a way to leave, they would die. Looking at the battlefield of Kuei Er again, there was one more assassin who was trying to assassinate him, and the two of them could not do anything to Kuei Er even if they joined forces. Kill. Bai Jingkai showed no fear and rushed directly into the battlefield, aiming his spear at one of the killers. Ants, don't know whether to live or die. The killer didn't take Bai Jingkai seriously at all. He casually swung out a sword. They were all in the half-step eternal realm. If a second-grade ant dared to attack them, they would only have one way to go, and that was death. Bang. Bai Jingkai was extremely powerful. He destroyed his sword energy with one shot and quickly approached. The killer did not expect that Bai Jingkai could actually destroy his attack. Although it was just a casual attack, it was not something that a second-grade person could resist. When Bai Jingkai approached, the killer's eyes turned vicious and he stabbed a sword into Bai Jingkai's heart. The sword energy surged, trying to crush Bai Jingkai's body. Even though his heart was pierced, Bai Jingkai didn't care. His strength was not weakened by this. He shot the killer through the chest, grabbed the killer's head and pulled it towards himself, then hit the killer's head hard. Both of them were covered in blood. How could you not be dead? The killer couldn't believe what he saw. Bai Jingkai's heart had been shattered by him, and he was definitely dead. Even if he wasn't dead, he couldn't attack anymore. But now Bai Jingkai acted like nothing happened and could continue to attack. It was really unbelievable. Ha ha ha, come again. Bai Jingkai went completely mad, exchanging injuries for injuries, risking his life for his own. Even if he was stabbed by the killer several times, he would still fight back with a punch. Bai Jingkai's strength was so great that with one punch, the killer's bones seemed to be shattered and his internal organs were injured. Boom, crack, crack. At this moment, an extremely cold air came, everything around was frozen, the cold wind was howling, and layers of ice walls appeared in the sky, besieging the battlefield and cutting off the killer's hope of escape. Quick, retreat now. Qi Tianfang hurriedly ordered the barbarian army to evacuate, with no intention of staying to fight at all. If these killers had not suddenly appeared and disrupted the battlefield, he would be in great danger now. The barbarians would have suffered countless casualties. If they didn't flee now, when would they? The Bai family was concentrating their efforts on dealing with the killers and had no time to care about the barbarians, so they could only let them escape. These are the killers who destroy life. The person behind the scenes who was able to let the Anmi Sheng sect assassinate the Bai family should not be underestimated. These assassins are dangerous. The Bai family would rather give up the opportunity to eliminate the barbarians and keep them. Some people are knowledgeable and recognize that the killer comes from the gate of annihilation. After a long battle, the four killers had suffered a lot of injuries, and defeat was only a matter of time. Puff. Suddenly, without any warning, a killer was stabbed all over his body. Bai Shanghui and Bai Kaihuan worked together, and their flying swords silently approached the man and pierced his body in one fell swoop. It's over. The power of Bai Yiming's laser pierced his head, and the sharp sword inserted into his body shook, shattering his corpse into pieces. A killer who was half a step away from the eternal realm died. Puff. Qingshan seized the opportunity and punched the other person into the ground. The power of the earth instantly suppressed him and crushed him into powder in a moment. Everyone went to the battlefield where Kuei Er and his men were, and the battle was nearing its end. A killer was dying and was exhausted by Bai Jingkai without any ability to fight back. Puff. An icicle pierced his body, freezing it instantly. Bang. Bai Jingkai shot the ice sculpture with a gun, the ice chips flew away, and the killer's soul also flew away. The other killer was even more miserable, having been turned into dust by the storm power of Puppet 2. The barbarians fled, and the army continued to advance. The Bai family's army marched into Huangzhou in a mighty force, but the barbarian people had already fled and they did not gain much. During the march, everyone gathered together to discuss. Someone recognized these killers as people from the extremely evil land, the Annihilation Sect. The Annihilation Sect will do anything to achieve their goals. They have a killer from the Eternal Realm in charge. We must be careful in the future. Everyone was worried. The successive losses of several assassins at the half-step Eternal Realm were too much to bear even for the Annihilation of Life Sect. The next time they attack, it is very likely that the Eternal Realm killer will come in person, and everyone has no chance of survival in front of the Eternal Realm killer. Let them come if they want. It's still unknown who will win. Bai Jingkai was not afraid at all. So what if he was in the Eternal Realm? It was not that easy to take his life. We want to leave, but the Eternal Realm cannot hold us back. Kuei Er and the other two were not worried. With their strength, they were not afraid of the assassination from the Eternal Realm. Despite the threat of the Annihilation Sect, the group did not change their previous plan and swept all the way to seize the Huangzhou territory. After the barbarians were defeated, they moved the people away early to avoid being killed by the Bai family. Qi Tianfang and his men were defeated, and the Bai family has already entered Huangzhou. Huangzhou cannot be defended anymore, so let the people leave quickly. The barbarians fighting against the Demon Dao camp knew that the situation was hopeless. If it were in the past, they could still get support from their tribe and fight the human race again. But now the demon race is the barbarians' biggest enemy. All their strength is used to deal with the demon race. They are unable to provide support and are forced to give up Huangzhou and preserve their strength. The barbarian army quickly retreated, and the Demon Dao camp quickly rushed into Huangzhou, fearing that the Bai family had already occupied Huangzhou. Chapter 186. After more than half a year of mopping up, the situation in Huangzhou gradually stabilized. The Bai family occupies 4 of the 7 counties in Huangzhou, and the Demon Dao camp occupies 3. The two sides divided up according to the agreement, and even the powerful Demon Dao camp did not want to fight against the Bai family at this time. Although we have occupied 4 counties in Huangzhou, there are not enough people. We need to relocate them as soon as possible to settle down here. Huangzhou has been occupied by barbarians for many years, and the people of the human race have long been killed. Now that the barbarians have evacuated, the entire Huangzhou is lifeless, and the Bai family needs to relocate the people here as soon as possible. If they are willing to come to Huangzhou, we will offer them benefits and support them vigorously. If there are not enough people to migrate, we will have to force them to migrate. It can be imagined that the people who live and work in peace and contentment in Yuanzhou, Anzhou, Xianzhou, and Xianzhou would not want to come to Huangzhou. Not only do they have to leave the familiar place where they have lived for many years, but the situation in Huangzhou is unstable and the barbarians may make a comeback at any time. It is natural that no one is willing to come. Relocate 5 million people from Xianzhou, 10 million from Xianzhou, and 20 million from Yuanzhou and Anzhou to Huangzhou. Force them to relocate. Anyone who takes the opportunity to cause chaos will be killed without mercy. The Bai family has protected these people for many years. If they dare to disobey orders, don't blame the Bai family for being ruthless. The Bai family can shelter them and allow them to survive, or they can wield the butcher knife and end their lives. Under the heavy pressure from the Bai family, even if the people were unwilling to migrate, they had no choice but to obey the Bai family's orders. Some people wanted to incite the people to resist, but what they got in return was the ruthless butcher knife of the Bai family. Boom, crack, crack. Kuei San personally took action to block the passage for the barbarians to enter Huangzhou, and the endless mountains formed a natural barrier. Doing so would not completely prevent the barbarians from entering Huangzhou, but it would at least make it difficult for them to move forward and buy time for the Bai family. It would take many years to migrate more than 50 million people to Huangzhou. It would take even longer for the Bai family to completely control the 4 counties they occupied. The news that Huangzhou was recaptured by the Bai family and the Demon Dao camp spread over a period of time, and everyone in the human race knew about it. Ha ha ha, great! We finally got back the lost territory. Huangzhou has been occupied for many years. I never thought that I would see the day when Huangzhou would be recovered in my lifetime. The land that our ancestors created with great difficulty and perseverance must not be given to others. Many people cried with joy and celebrated the recovery of Huangzhou. They don't care who recaptures Huangzhou, as long as Huangzhou is in the hands of the human race, they can accept it. The recapture of Huangzhou made the Bai family's reputation even higher. Many people were more awed by the Bai family, while some people were full of malice towards them. The Bai family is becoming more and more powerful, and the threat to us is too great. The atmosphere in Yunhai sect was depressing. The stronger the Bai family became, the more dangerous they would be. If they hadn't been concerned about Xinhuo Palace, the Bai family would have probably taken action against them long ago. No matter how powerful the Bai family is, can they still attack us across several states? We are from the Xinhuo Palace, and the Bai family doesn't dare to attack us. The Bai family has been targeted by the Annihilation sect, and they are busy with their own affairs, so how can they attack us? Everyone spoke up to dispel their fear of the Bai family. It would be very difficult for the Bai family to take action against them, and the Xinhuo Palace would not allow the Bai family to act recklessly. What's more, the Bai family is now being targeted by the Annihilation sect. Once all the strong men of the Bai family are assassinated, their crisis will be resolved. No matter what the outside world said, the Bai family didn't care. Bai Shanghui, Bai Kaihuan and Bai Jingkaihu stayed in Huangzhou to preside over the situation, while the others returned to the Bai family. Patriarch, the Chamber of Commerce has sent a message that one of our family's fleets was robbed and killed by pirates in the Tianxing Sea area, and the entire fleet was wiped out. A piece of bad news came that the Bai family Chamber of Commerce has been developing faster and faster in recent years, and its footprints have spread across many sea areas. The huge profits attracted greed from others, and the fleet heading to the Tianxing Sea was completely destroyed. It cost hundreds of millions of spirit stones to build this fleet. The cargo on board was worth hundreds of millions of spirit stones. Adding the crew on board, the loss was incalculable. These losses are nothing to the Bai family, but the Bai family must respond as soon as possible, otherwise pirates in other waters will follow suit and the Bai family will only suffer greater losses. Send someone to find out who did this, contact Qingshan Island, and ask them for help. The Bai family cannot remain indifferent. Only by annihilating the attacking forces with thundering force can they deter other forces and prevent them from taking action against the Bai family. There is one more important thing I need to inform you of. Bai Yiming's face was extremely serious and solemn. Master Zuling has sent an order that a saint girl will come to the family. The saint girl is Master Zuling's daughter. Meeting the saint girl is like meeting Master Zuling. As soon as Bai Yiming finished speaking, everyone's heart was in turmoil. They never expected that Master Zuling would have a daughter, and he had never revealed any news. Patriarch, when will the saint arrive? Patriarch, do you want us to go and welcome the saint? Chief, do we need to prepare a feast? The saint is about to come to the Bai family. Everyone is feeling uneasy and some even can't wait to meet the saint. I don't know when the saint will arrive, so there's no need to make this public. Just let the core members of the tribe know. As the Bai family members waited curiously, Fuyao arrived at the Bai family's territory through the teleportation array. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. Bai Yiming, Kui Yi and others were all waiting here, and they all paid homage to Fuyao. No need to be polite. After everyone stood up, Bai Yiming immediately introduced everyone to Fuyao. Saintess, I am Bai Yiming, the head of the Bai family. This is Bai Xingai, the head of the Bai family's Chamber of Commerce. This is Bai Wu. Fuyao looked at everyone as Bai Yiming introduced them and nodded slightly. He knew that these people were people who had received power from God the Father and were loyal to him. After everyone was introduced, they entered the Bai family's main hall. What a terrifying saint. I feel like I am vulnerable in her hands and could be crushed to death at any time. Bai Xianbing secretly glanced at Fuyao and felt the extreme threat of death. All the pride he had felt after his strength increased disappeared and his heart trembled. As expected of the daughter of the Ancestor, she is extremely terrifying. Bai Xianbing's mood gradually calmed down. The power bestowed by the Ancestor spirit had transformed him. The saint girl was the Ancestor spirit's daughter, so it was expected that she would be so terrifying. It's so scary. I feel like I can't hide from her. Bai Xianyi's heart was filled with turmoil. He felt that he had no secrets in front of Fuyao and that his life and death were not in his own hands. Bai Xiandao was also frightened, and the heaven-swallowing deist in his soul closed off everything, not daring to leak even the slightest bit of his aura, for fear of being discovered by Fuyao. Chapter 187. The Bai family soon learned of Fuyao's existence, but did not publicize it. Bai Jingkaihu and others who were far away in Huangzhou also learned of Fuyao's arrival and were full of curiosity about her. I really want to meet the daughter of the Ancestor spirit. Things in Huangzhou are on the right track, and they don't have to stay in Huangzhou forever. They can return to their family soon. After the Bai family in Qingshan Island conducted a full investigation, they soon found out the force that destroyed the Bai family's fleet. Patriarch, the people who destroyed the Bai family's fleet were the Blood Fiend pirates. It is rumored that they have strong people in the Eternal Realm, but no one has ever seen their Eternal Realm. However, they have 3 people who are half-step into the Eternal Realm. Their strength is very terrifying. Hearing this, everyone's faces turned grim. Even the Bai family on land would have to send out all their forces to deal with such a powerful force. What's more, the other party is in the sea, and it is difficult for the Bai family to deal with them. But the Bai family cannot sit there and do nothing, this battle is inevitable. Chief, we must take action against the Blood Fiend pirates no matter what. Otherwise, other forces will surely follow suit, and that will be a disaster for the fleet. Bai Xingai also knew that the Bai family could not do anything to the Blood Fiend pirates, but they had to attack the Blood Fiend pirates even if it cost a certain amount of money. They wanted to let other forces see the Bai family's attitude and not dare to attack the Bai family's fleet easily. Everyone was silent for a moment. Taking action was inevitable, but how much force to mobilize and how much price to pay also needed to be considered. Although the Bai family's territory is expanding and its strength is growing with each passing day, the enemies they face are also becoming more powerful. They also have to face the threat from the Gate of Annihilation at all times, and are restricted everywhere, and their strength is already insufficient. At this moment, Fuyao walked into the hall. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. Everyone did not dare to neglect and immediately bowed respectfully to Fuyao. Even though everyone is no longer the same as they used to be and the Bai family is still a powerful force, they know that all of this comes from the Lord Zuling. Without the Lord Zuling, there would be no Bai family today. Fuyao found a random seat and sat down, saying calmly, I know your predicament, and I will send someone to support you. As soon as Fuyao said this, everyone showed joy. Although they did not understand Fuyao, since Fuyao said so, it would not be without reason. Thank you, Saint. Not long after, Li Potion came to the Bai family. His arrival was taken very seriously by the Bai family, who held an extremely grand welcoming banquet for him. At the banquet, Li Potion and Bai Xiandao's eyes met, and then they looked away in an instant. Why does this person give me a weird feeling? Bai Xiandao was very puzzled. Li Potion gave him a very strange feeling. It's just that Tian Tundaya has sealed off everything and fallen into a deep sleep, so Bai Xiandao couldn't ask even if he wanted to. The banquet ended quickly. Although Li Potion had learned about the ancient continent from Fuyao, he was still shocked and needed some time to calm down. The news that the Bai family's fleet was completely wiped out in the Tianxing Sea quickly spread to all forces in many sea areas. They were all watching the situation. The Bai family's next action would determine their future attitude towards the Bai family. That's the Blood Fiend Pirate Group, a terrifying existence. In my opinion, the Bai family will suffer a loss this time. The Blood Fiend Pirates are rampant in all seas, and no one can stop them. How could the Bai family be surprised? Although the Bai family is strong, they are still unable to deal with the Blood Fiend Pirates. Most forces are not optimistic about the Bai family and believe that the Bai family can only keep quiet this time. Just as many forces were waiting, the Bai family sent troops. Li Potion, Kui Er, Kui Yi, Bai Xianbing, Bai Xiandao, Bai Xingai, Bai Liufeng and others all took action. There were more than 1,000 people from the 4 Ghost Shadow Legions accompanying them, and no one else. Looking at the Ghost Shadow Army around them, everyone in the Bai family was shocked. The lowest level of the Ghost Shadow Army was the Blood Channeling Realm, which was equivalent to the 6th grade realm, and they could fight across borders, so they should not be underestimated. Especially the 15 ghost soldiers in the fetal breathing state are even more terrifying. The huge mountain was as heavy as the abyss of heaven. Even though the 3 of them were all in the half-step eternal realm, they could only barely hold up the mountain and were unable to move it. The first leader and the second leader had the same idea. They did not take the Bai family seriously and thought that the third leader was worrying too much. The 3 men's faces changed drastically. They just felt that the mountain was getting heavier and it was difficult to bear. Bai Xingai and others were also amazed and shocked by Li Potion's ability. He flew into the sky, and a huge mountain that was large enough to cover the island slowly took shape, blocking out the sky and the sun, enveloping the entire island. Damn it, let's attack together. The second leader was fearless. If they were on land, they would still be a little afraid of the Bai family, but this was the sea and the Bai family could do nothing to them. Look, there's someone in the sky. The third brother and I will hold up the mountain, and you, the second brother, will break it into pieces. Everyone on Bloodfiend Island was startled and looked up to the sky, where they saw a scene that they would never forget. What happened? Why did it suddenly get dark? When the 3 chiefs saw this, they were frightened, but they quickly calmed down and joined forces to stop the falling mountain. These ghost soldiers were naturally summoned by Fuyao. She possessed the Tarim mask and was the supreme controller of all the ghost troops, so summoning ghost soldiers was no problem for her. The huge mountain fell like a meteorite, rapidly descending towards the Bloodfiend Island. The Bai family already knew the location of the Bloodfiend pirates and immediately attacked them. Although the 3 leaders were still worried, the other 2 leaders didn't take it seriously and there was nothing he could do. What's going on? Ha ha ha, everyone, I'll make the first move. Li Potion stood on top of a giant mountain. The enormous force was transmitted to the 3 people, bending their bodies. No, I can't bear it anymore. Countless people's legs were shaking, their bodies were trembling, and they were so horrified that they couldn't speak. Brother, have we angered the Bai family by doing this and brought about their revenge? At the beginning, the 3 leaders did not agree to wipe out the Bai family fleet. They just wanted to plunder the Bai family fleet and then let the Bai family ships leave. This way, there would be room for maneuver. Why should we be afraid of the Bai family? If they dare to come, we will make sure they never return. Li Potion took the lead and charged towards the island where the Bloodfiend pirates were. Third brother, you are too worried. The Bai family doesn't dare to come out in full force. Even if they do, what can they do? They are just courting death. But the first and second leaders disagreed and did not take the Bai family seriously at all. 3 months later, the Bai family's ship arrived at the location of the Bloodfiend pirate group. Bang! Bang! Fellow deist, what a terrifying power! Once this mountain falls, it will be enough to sink the Bloodfiend island. At the same time, the Bloodfiend pirates were also discussing the affairs of the Bai family. This. Boom, crack, crack. Chapter 188. The big leader and the third leader tried their best to hold up the giant mountain, but the second leader immediately retreated and wanted to smash the giant mountain into pieces. Let's all come together and smash the giant mountain into pieces. Everyone on Bloodfiend Island also reacted and took action one after another to cooperate with the second leader to crush the giant mountain. Let's go. Bai Xingai and others immediately took action, and all the ghost soldiers also dispatched to fight with the enemy. Bang! Just when everyone took action against the giant mountain suddenly exploded, and the remaining power impacted the 9 heavens and 10 earth. Puff! Ah! Bang! After the giant mountain shattered, a large amount of gravel fell, creating bottomless pits. Some pirates were unable to escape and were crushed to death alive. Li Potion took the opportunity to punch the 3 leaders. The 3 leaders are not just ordinary people, they also punched each other. Bang! The punches struck with both fists, and the 3 leaders' fist bones were broken. Their bodies could not withstand the power of Li Potion's punch, and they were immediately knocked away. Over the years, Li Potion has been hunting strong aliens and wild beasts, and his strength has improved with each passing day. Even second-class puppets are no match for him. Li Potion quickly caught up and launched a violent attack on the 3 leaders. The big leader and the second leader wanted to rush to help, but they were blocked by Puppet 1 and Puppet 2. They could not protect themselves. They needed the help of several other first-grade experts on the island to barely block the 2 of them. Kill them all and leave no trace behind. Bai Xingai and others entered the battlefield without mercy. The Ghost Army launched a ruthless massacre. They were immortal and did not worry about being injured or dying together with their enemies. They slaughtered tens of thousands of pirates in a short period of time. Boom, click click. Bai Xianbing took action to freeze the sea where the ship was located, preventing the pirates from escaping. Ah! After a fierce battle for a long time, a tragic death cry was heard, which made people look at each other. Everyone saw a horrifying scene. The 3 leaders were torn to pieces by Li Potion and devoured alive. This scene made countless pirates tremble in their hearts and feel chills all over their bodies. Ha ha ha, okay, okay. Half-step Eternal Realm is also a rare and great supplement for Li Potion, which has greatly improved his cultivation level. After eating the 3 leaders, he breaks into Puppet Yi's battlefield with force. No, run away. When everyone saw the ferocious Li Potian killing, they were all heartbroken and fled one after another. Can't leave. A thick fog suddenly appeared, covering the battlefield. Everyone's sight and thoughts were blocked, and they were lost in the thick fog. Ah! Screams kept coming one after another in the fog, and many pirates were scared to death. Puppet Yi did not kill anyone, leaving them all for Li Potion to devour. Li Potion and Pu Yi quickly ended the battle, and the 2 quickly joined Puer on the battlefield. No one could escape. 7 first-grade experts and 3 half-step Eternal Realm were all devoured by Li Potion. Li Potion was still not satisfied after devouring so many strong men, so he entered the battlefield of others. Dozens of strong men above 3rd grade could not escape his poisonous hands. Boom! Li Potion unfolded the dark abyss, and immediately countless pirates were swallowed up by the abyss, and his aura also increased steadily. Here, is he also swallowing celestial bodies? Seeing this scene, Bai Xiandao was shaken. The devouring power of Li Potion was very similar to his. Impossible, how could there be 2 celestial bodies in the universe at the same time? Tian Tundaist was also extremely shocked at this time, and found it difficult to understand the existence of Li Potian. Master, he devours others so recklessly. Aren't you afraid that he will be unable to suppress his state of mind and go astray? Bai Xiandao witnessed with his own eyes Li Potion devouring a large number of powerful men, and now he is devouring tens of thousands of pirates. If it were him, he would have lost control of his mind long ago, but Li Potion seemed like nothing had happened, which made him puzzled and full of envy at the same time. If he could be like Li Potion without having to worry about losing control of his mind, his cultivation would have reached another level long ago. This, the teacher doesn't know either. The existence of Li Potion has overturned the cognition of Tian Tundaist. Boom! After devouring more than 100,000 pirates, Li Potian's cultivation level broke through the Marquis realm, which is equivalent to the 1st grade realm. Take the resources away. He was determined to get out of the wild continent and experience the vastness of the universe. The Blood Fiend pirates were destroyed. Who did it? The Blood Fiend pirates have 3 half-step Eternal Realm experts in charge, how could they be destroyed? Li Potion walked into where Qingshan was, entered the passage between the 2 worlds and left. However, the surrounding ships were retained by the Bai family, who prepared to send people to bring the ships back. Take care, fellow deist. The universe is truly full of wonders. I want to improve my strength, leave the wild continent, and see the vastness of the universe. Boom, boom, boom. After returning to the wild continent, Li Potion felt as if he was in another world and felt unreal. Without Li Potion's help, it would be difficult for them to destroy Blood Fiend Island. Everyone entered the island and took away all the resources that were looted from the Bai family as well as the resources that the Blood Fiend pirates had robbed over the years. Send someone to bring the boat back. Bang, ka. Take care, fellow deist. Just when everyone was speculating, the Bai family released the news that they were the ones who destroyed the Blood Fiend pirate group. This was the result of going against the Bai family. Li Potion bowed slightly to everyone and said, "Take care, everyone." After being recognized by the Bai family, many forces once again witnessed the power of the Bai family. Even the Blood Fiend pirate group was quietly destroyed by them, which was truly terrifying. The huge mountain fell and smashed heavily onto the island, killing all the living creatures on the island. Soon after, the news of the Blood Fiend pirate group's demise spread like wildfire, causing quite a stir in all the major sea areas. Everyone leave the island. Someone went to check and found that the entire island had been sunk and no one survived. How much unknown power does the Bai family have? Thank you, fellow deist, for your help. We are grateful. The island broke apart, lost its balance, and gradually sank to the bottom of the sea. Li Potion shouted for everyone to leave, and he once again condensed a huge mountain and dropped it towards the island. Someone saw the Bai family driving the Blood Fiend pirate group's ship away. It must have been the Bai family's doing. The Bai family sent people to bring back the ship from Blood Fiend Island without hiding it, so many people saw it and guessed that it was the Bai family's doing. After this battle, the Bai family became famous in all major sea areas, intimidating many greedy people, and the Bai family's fleet and merchants were much safer. The Blood Fiend pirate group was completely wiped out and became a thing of history. We all work for the Holy Lord and the Holy Lady, so there's no need to thank us. After returning to the Bai family, Li Potion was about to return to the Menghuang continent, and everyone in the Bai family thanked him. Why is the Bai family so terrifying? They wiped out the Blood Fiend pirate group without a sound. Chapter 189. Not long after Li Potion returned to the Holy Court, Gu Xian summoned everyone to discuss matters. The war between the foreign races and the Li Yuan royal court in the Qingshan land is about to be decided. The Li Yuan royal court is no match for the foreign races. We must prepare for it as soon as possible. Although the Li Yuan royal court was powerful, they were unable to resist the joint attack of foreign races. The main force was tied down and could not send more forces to support. It was only a matter of time before Qingshan land fell. Once the Qingshan land falls, the Holy Court will be isolated, and the alien races will never let it go. It doesn't matter. If foreigners dare to come, we will make them come and never return. We will use their corpses to fertilize this land. Li Potion broke through the Marquis realm, and he didn't know where his limit was, but he was confident that he was not afraid of foreign races. The migrating bloodline martial artist made a breakthrough after visualizing the 12 zodiac signs. Now there are 11 people in the fetal breathing state in the Holy Court. The dragon horse broke through the Nirvana realm, the fire spirit sacrifice spirit broke through the Liha realm, and the sacrifice spirits of other tribes had 7 broken through the Taixi realm. Together with Gu Xian and others and the Ghost Shadow Legion, the Holy Court is now strong and powerful, so there is no need to fear a battle with alien races. Don't be careless. During this period of time, Huangju will personally monitor the war situation in Qingshan land and the movements of the alien races. Although the Holy See has been reborn, the alien races are not easy to deal with, so they still need to be careful. The ghost soldier of Desolate can fly, so it would be perfect to let him monitor the Qingshan land. The Emerald Forest is rich in resources and we cannot stop developing it. During this period, the Holy See obtained a large amount of resources from the Emerald Forest, and they attached greater importance to the Emerald Forest. The dwarf is gifted in weapon refining. With the weapon refining secret manual bestowed by Su Qingshan, he has learned it by himself and can now refine 8th grade weapons. Such talent is shocking. Under the care of the elves, the Dawn Garden is thriving with its natural resources and treasures. Chief, we can build a strong pass to keep most of the alien races out of the pass. Even if the alien races come to attack us, we will be able to deal with them better. During the trip to the ancient continent, Li Potion gained a lot. He wanted to follow the example of most of the forces in the ancient continent and build passes to block the enemy. Okay, I'll leave this matter to you. Manzhan said at this time, the spirit horse tribe has tamed another herd of wild horned horses, with more than 4,000 heads. This is a great thing. The most important task of the Lingma tribe now is to tame more horses and reproduce them in large numbers. They also gained something during this period and tamed another herd of wildebeests. After the fire spirit tribe's sacrificial spirit broke through, it attracted a group of flaming birds. Although these flaming birds are only half the size of the green-scaled eagles, there are hundreds of them. Most of the sacrificial spirits of the human race tribe are spirit beasts. These spirit beasts are naturally raised and can attract many wild beasts to come and join them. It is not surprising that flamingos come to the fire spirit tribe to settle down. Let the fire spirit tribe train these flame birds well. The Holy Court will need them to help in the future. Flying wild beasts are very rare, and these flamingos are taken very seriously by everyone. After discussion, everyone went down to perform their respective duties. Li Potion quickly selected a piece of land, and a large number of foreign slaves were transferred to build the pass. If you look closely, you will find that there is something abnormal about these slaves. Even in the sunlight, their shadows are only partial. This was naturally done by Li Linling. Her ghost soldiers devoured most of the shadows of all the alien slaves. If it weren't for the fear that swallowing up all of their shadows would affect the slaves, none of the slaves would have left behind any part of their shadows. Your growth rate is really amazing. Looking at the Ying Ai and other 15 people who were like several huge mountains, Li Potion couldn't help but sigh at their growth speed. The current strength of these few people is not much inferior to Shenji and his friends, and their growth is not restricted. As long as they continue to devour the shadows of others, they can continue to grow. You guys can help out. Building a strong pass requires a lot of manpower and resources. Li Potion plans to ask Ying Ai and others to help, since they have nothing to do anyway. In the clan territory, many elves practiced magic day and night, and some of the most gifted ones had already reaped some rewards. Su Qingshan divides magic levels into primary magic apprentice, intermediate magic apprentice, advanced magic apprentice, primary magician, intermediate magician, advanced magician, primary magician, intermediate magician, and advanced magician, corresponding to the realms of 9th grade to 1st grade. Now there are several junior magic apprentices who have appeared and mastered some basic magic. My mental power is consumed too quickly, and it has affected my cultivation speed. If I can strengthen my mental power, I will have more time to practice magic and achieve a breakthrough faster. Hua Qingxiao seemed to be thinking about something. She was the first person to break through to the level of a junior magic apprentice. However, she was not satisfied with the current speed of cultivation. Affected by her mental power, she had to stop practicing every once in a while and could only continue practicing after the consumed mental power was restored. The process takes a long time and she thinks it is a waste of time. I want to find some natural treasures that can enhance my mental strength or quickly restore my mental strength. After making a decision, Hua Qingxiao left the clan land and went to Jinexai Garden to see if he could gain anything. At the same time, the Li Yuan royal court was defeated in the Qingshan land, and only a small number of defeated soldiers escaped in a panic. Ha 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 ha, the human race royal court is nothing but this, vulnerable to a single blow. We have taken over the Qingshan land. Next, the human race will tremble in fear under our butcher knife. The Qingshan land is in our hands. We can attack the human race at any time. The Qingshan land was lost, the human race was shaken, and everyone knew that the situation was serious. What is the Laiwan royal court doing? They actually let the Qingshan land fall. Their crime is unforgivable. The Li Yuan royal court is to blame for this. Immediately send a message to the Laiwan royal court to reclaim the Qingshan land, otherwise the ancestral court will revoke their title of royal court. The Qingshan land was lost, and the ancestral temple was shaken and furious. The consequences of the loss of Qingshan land were so severe that even the Li Yuan royal court could not bear it. King Li Yuan, who had been in seclusion for many years, had to come out and take charge of the situation. Inside the main hall of the Li Yuan royal court, several princes knelt on the ground with cold sweat already pouring down their foreheads. King Li Yuan sat high on the throne, saying nothing, making the atmosphere even more depressing. After a moment of silence, King Li Yuan said, "You must lead an army of 100,000 to counterattack Qingshan immediately. If you cannot take back Qingshan, you don't have to come back. You can sacrifice your life for the king's court." Although King Li Yuan's tone was calm, it was full of unquestionable majesty. He was extremely disappointed with his sons who were kneeling on the ground, thinking that they were short-sighted and incapable of taking on important tasks. After seclusion for a period of time, he made the Li Yuan royal court a mess and was punished by the ancestral court many times. He was really incompetent. Your son obeys your order. Your son obeys your order. Your son obeys your order. Several people did not dare to resist, as they knew that King Li Yuan was really angry. Chapter 190. The Li Yuan royal court had to endure attacks from foreign races, as well as deal with pressure from the ancestral court and accusations from many tribes. Even the royal court was somewhat overwhelmed. The eldest prince and his men soon led their troops out, determined to take back the Qingshan land. In addition to the 100,000 elite troops of the royal court, they also asked their supporters to contribute, forming a coalition force of more than 400,000, and a large number of strong men joined the war, determined to seize the Qingshan land. After conquering the Qingshan land, the alien race fell into quarrels and could not determine the next target of attack. We should attack the Li Yuan royal court and cooperate with the main force. As long as the Li Yuan royal court's defense line collapses, we can march straight in. The Scorpion tribe believed that they should attack the defense line of the Li Yuan royal court to support the main force of the alien race. The Li Yuan royal court has always been stationed in the north of the ancestral court, blocking many alien races from entering the heartland of the human race. Now they finally have a chance to break through the defense line of the Li Yuan royal court. How can they let it go? The defense line of the Laiwan royal court is not that easy to break. We should first send troops to sweep the beast universe and wipe out the holy tribe. The Blood Clan believes that they should destroy the holy tribe first so that they can attack the Li Yuan royal court without any worries. Yes, the holy tribe has attacked us many times and ruined our good deeds. We cannot let them go. The holy tribe deserves death. Destroy them immediately. The holy tribe dared to enslave our people. We must eradicate them completely without leaving a single piece of their armor behind. Most of the alien races have a deep hatred for the holy tribe, especially the holy tribe who captured their people on a large scale and used them as slaves, which further angered many alien races. Everyone, we can make a quick decision and destroy the holy tribe before attacking the Li Yuan royal court. After a fierce argument, many foreign races finally decided to destroy the holy tribe first and then attack the Li Yuan royal court. In order to destroy the holy tribe in one fell swoop, the alien race dispatched hundreds of thousands of troops, including hundreds of people in the fetal breathing realm, 7 people in the Marquis realm, and 2 people in the half-step king realm. This shows their tremendous hatred for the holy tribe. As soon as the alien army moved, Huangju immediately learned about it and quickly passed the news back. The alien army is coming towards us, fight immediately. The Holy See immediately transferred its main forces to the newly built pass, ready to fight a decisive battle with the alien race. Chief, this time the alien race is coming with great force, and there are many terrifying auras in the army. This battle will be very difficult. Huangju's face was solemn. The ghost soldiers sensed the presence of a large number of powerful men in the alien coalition forces. The Holy Court was likely to be defeated in this battle. It's nothing but death, what's there to be afraid of? At this point, the Holy See has no choice but to fight a desperate battle. If we really can't stop the aliens, all we will do is die. All 50,000 holy guards went to Xiongguan. The Holy Court also recruited all the bone-tempering realm tribesmen. Once the war became intense, they would also have to go to the battlefield. All the priests of the Holy Court will participate in the battle. Not long after, 3 figures walked out of the clan territory. Gu Xian had been waiting for a long time. After seeing the 3 people, Gu Xian bowed slightly to them and said, "I am Gu Xian, nice to meet you fellow deists. My name is Kui, nice to meet you, fellow deist Gu Xian. Kui has met Gu Xian fellow deist. Kui San has met fellow deist." The 3 of them returned the gift to Gu Xian. "Fellow deist, the saint has explained the situation to us. Please lead us to the battlefield." Kui and the other 2 came to support under Huiyeo's order, and they knew something about the situation in the Holy Court. "Thank you very much, please follow me." Gu Xian felt that the 3 people were unfathomable, and he felt relieved. With 3 strong men joining the battle, they would have more confidence. Gu Xian also wanted to join the battle, and he personally led 3 people to the battlefield. When Gu Xian and his companions arrived, the alien army had not yet arrived. "Fellow deist, why are you here?" Li Potion was also a little surprised when he saw Kuei Yi and his companions. Fellow deist, we are here on the orders of the saint. Ha ha ha, with several fellow deists coming to help, the aliens will never come back. Li Potion knew how terrifying these people were. If they came in person, the aliens would have no choice but to die. Afterwards, everyone got to know each other and waited for the alien army to arrive. Half a month later, hundreds of thousands of alien troops arrived with great momentum. The army was endless and there was no end in sight. The entire pass was surrounded. The holy tribe has built a pass here, hoping to stop us? That's just wishful thinking. Looking at the newly built pass, the foreign races were full of disdain. With so many strong men and a large army coming, they could raise even a natural barrier to the ground, let alone a small pass. Let's solve it as soon as possible. The vampire half-step king realm warrior Shui Wuju ordered the army to launch an attack to destroy the holy tribe as quickly as possible. Kill. The alien army was in high spirits and roared as they charged towards the pass. Bang. What's there to be afraid of, just a foreign race. With just one move, Kuei Yi and the other two blocked most of the powerful aliens, reducing the pressure on Qingshan and others. Boom, crack, crack. The holy guards have been through hundreds of battles and are not afraid of foreign races at all. They take up their weapons and are ready for battle. After the extreme conflict, the giant's 1,000-foot body was shattered, and dozens of alien warriors were also knocked away, with blood flowing from the corners of their mouths. Why did the earthquake happen suddenly? How is that possible? Seeing this scene, Qingshan and others gained confidence and started a life and death battle with the aliens. The giant swung his fist and punched the alien who was coming to kill him. Join forces to resist. Huff, huff a euro bang. No, it's not an earthquake. It was caused by the people of the holy tribe. Take action immediately. Boom, boom, boom. As soon as Kuei made a move, the celestial phenomenon changed, and the daytime star appeared, casting brilliant starlight and trapping more than 20 powerful men in the fetal breathing realm. Qingshan and the others also recovered from their shock and took action. Everyone come together. Things change with time. A giant rose from the ground and instantly grew to a height of 10,000 feet. Ha ha ha, kill. The 1,000-foot tall giant that was defeated reappeared on the battlefield, his huge body standing upright as he charged towards the aliens. The awakened alien warriors immediately attacked towards the pass. Their manpower was less than half of the alien army, but none of them was afraid of death and were ready to face death. Suddenly, the sky collapsed and the earth broke apart, the ground sank, and a large number of bottomless cracks appeared. The alien army was caught off guard and fell into the cracks one after another. Kuei Er waved his hand casually, and countless hurricanes came to destroy the world. The storm broke up the battlefield and trapped more than 30 powerful alien warriors. This scene was difficult for the foreigners to understand, and some people even thought there was an earthquake. Prepare for battle. The aliens soon discovered something strange, and it was not a natural disaster at all, because cracks only appeared where the alien army was, while the pass of the holy tribe was intact. The giant took action to curb the aliens' charging momentum, and Qingshan and others quickly fought with them. Come on, come on. What's going on? The alien races did not dare to be careless and quickly joined forces to resist. Chapter 191. Kuei Yi and his two companions displayed their divine power, and the faces of the aliens became extremely gloomy. The leaders Shui Wuju and Hu Yanzuo were shocked. They were both half a step into the king realm and naturally knew how terrifying Kuei Yi and his men were. Even they were not sure they could defeat them. How could the holy tribe have such powerful people? And there are 3 of them at that. The 2 of them couldn't believe that there were 3 puppets in charge of the holy tribe and they were powerless to shake it. Withdraw. There is no point in continuing to fight. Shui Wuju was ready to withdraw his troops. If the fight really continued, they would perish together with the holy tribe. Just as the 2 were about to order a withdrawal, Li Potion came towards them to kill them. An extraordinary aura. The 2 did not dare to be careless and quickly circulated their true energy to respond. As soon as they started fighting, Shui Wuju and the other man felt their minds sink to the bottom of the valley. They were terrified by the powerful force of Li Potion. Boom. The earth shaker, a continuous palm strike that raised a huge cloud of dust, made the 2 men feel stretched and unable to resist. This person is too strong. You and I should not hold back any longer. After a round of fierce attacks, the 2 men had realized how terrifying Li Potion was and dared not hide anything anymore, so they attacked with all their strength. The masters cooperated with each other and had a tacit understanding. They took turns in attacking and defending and covered each other, making it difficult for Li Potion to make a breakthrough for a while. Although it was their first fight, Li Potion also felt that the 2 were difficult to deal with. They were more powerful than other half-step king realms. Li Potion calmed his mind and was no longer in a hurry to achieve success. He was deep and murderous, and deliberately revealed his flaws while making his moves to lure the enemy into a trap. Li Potion revealed a flaw, but Shui Wuju and the others remained unmoved and did not attack rashly. Be careful, this person is very scheming, even his moves are calculated. Shui Wuju reminded Hu Yanzuo loudly. The reason why Shui Wuju was trusted by many alien races and put in charge of the war in Qingshan land was not only because of his powerful combat ability, but also because of his outstanding wisdom. It was also under his command that Zhongming and the Li Yuan royal court's army suffered defeat after defeat, were almost wiped out, and fled the Qingshan land in a panic. After a long battle, Shui Wuju and his companions defended impeccably and did not give Li Potion any chance. Although Li Potion attacked continuously and completely suppressed the 2 of them, he was still unable to break through. Blood Crow destroys the world. Xuewuju raised his energy and moved his palm, and in a blink of an eye the Blood Crow flew away in shock. His true energy gradually condensed into a huge Blood Crow that pounced towards Li Potion. Seeing this, Li Potion took his time, gathered his strength in his right hand, clenched his fist tightly, and punched out, roaring like an angry dragon and killing towards the Blood Crow. Bang! There was a flash of thunder, and the wind and rain were split, and the world was in rage. After the devastating blow, the three of them once again fought to the death, and the battle was hard to determine the winner. Retreat. During the fierce battle, Xuewuju ordered the army to retreat. Withdraw. The alien army withdrew immediately, but was stopped by the Holy Sea with all its might. Stop them. How can we allow aliens to come and go as they please? The Holy Guards fought their way out of the pass and fought desperately to resist the alien army. Although they were at a numerical disadvantage, with the support of a large number of ghost soldiers, they were fully capable of fighting the alien army head-on. Puff. Kuei Er and his men no longer held back and continued to kill the powerful aliens. The three of them attacked with all their strength, and the alien race suffered a devastating disaster, making it difficult for them to escape. Don't worry about other people, let's retreat first. Xuewuju saw many powerful people being slaughtered by Kuei and his men, and was unable to help. The two of them were so busy taking care of themselves that they could only think of ways to get out as quickly as possible, and they had no time to care about anyone else. The two men fought and retreated, slowly leaving the battlefield. Li Potion knew that he could not do anything to the two of them, so he knocked them back with one punch and returned to the battlefield. Since it is impossible to keep the two people, then we will attack other powerful aliens, so as to maximize the benefits. Should we stop him? Seeing Li Potion rushing back to the battlefield, the two men hesitated. If they did not stop Li Potion, their side would suffer a disaster. But the two of them had managed to escape, and if they continued to try to stop Li Potion, they would likely end up in jail. The other side still has a few people like Kuei Yi. If they are surrounded by them, it will be difficult to escape and they will be in danger of dying. Leave. We have done our best. Compared with their own lives, the lives of others were not worth mentioning, so the two left quickly. Li Potion returned to the battlefield like a tiger among a flock of sheep. Even a marquis could not withstand a few punches from him and was killed. The battle ended quickly. Among the hundreds of alien warriors above the fetal breathing realm, only more than 30 escaped. More than 100,000 of the hundreds of thousands of troops were killed, half of whom were killed by Kuei-san. More than 40,000 soldiers were captured, and the rest fled in panic, abandoning their weapons and armor. Take them all back. These captives were all taken away, and they would become slaves and work until they died. Fellow deists, please forgive me for my kindness. Guxian and others sincerely thanked Kuei Yi and his companions. If those three had not taken action, they would be in great danger now. Except for Li Potion, perhaps no one present could have survived. We are acting on the orders of the saint, no need to thank you. After the battle, Kuei Yi and his companions said goodbye and left. The alien race returned in defeat, their morale was low, and a large number of strong men were killed in the battle, which had already seriously damaged their vitality. Before they could recover, the eldest prince and others had already led hundreds of thousands of troops into the Kingland land. In order to take back the Kingland land, the eldest prince and his men went completely crazy and personally went into battle to kill the enemies and boost morale. Since the Kingland land has fallen into our hands, we cannot let you take it back. Xuewuju arranged a large army to resist. Under Xuewuju's command, the offensive of the Li Yuan royal court was quickly contained, turning the war into a stalemate. The Li Yuan royal court was eager to achieve victory, but was instead used by Xuewuju, which resulted in a significant loss of strength. Brother, we have been attacking Kingland land for a long time, but we have gained nothing except losing soldiers and generals. If this continues, we will commit suicide to apologize. Several princes were under tremendous pressure. If they could not take back the Kingland land, King Li Yuan would not let them go. Although they are the bloodline of King Li Yuan is cold-blooded and ruthless, and he has killed his own flesh and blood. Xuewuju is too cunning. He won't fight us head-on. If we act rashly, we will fall into his trap. Don't be impulsive. The eldest prince was also frowning. Xuewuju's command ability was too strong and he played them around in circles. The power in their hands is limited. If they suffer too many casualties, not only will they be unable to retake the Kingland land, but they will also be counterattacked by alien races. They have to be cautious. Brother, the Holy Tribe is now in charge of Beast Universe. We can send someone to contact the Holy Tribe and ask them to cooperate with us in attacking from both sides. We will definitely be able to defeat the alien race. The third prince proposed to unite the Holy Tribes. The Holy Tribe has occupied the Beast Universe for many years, leaving the alien races helpless. They also killed the two Marquis Realm warriors they sent. Their strength is unquestionable. If the Holy Tribe joins forces with them, there is a great possibility of defeating the alien race. Chapter 192. The envoys of the Li Yuan royal court quickly came to the Holy Court, but were stopped outside the Holy City. The Laiwan royal court wants us to send troops to attack the foreign races together. What do you think? Guxian informed everyone of the purpose of the envoy from the Li Yuan royal court. How dare these despicable people from the Li Yuan royal court come here? Just kill them and be done with it. You want us to send troops to help you? That's wishful thinking. Chief, there is no need for us to charge into battle for the Li Yuan royal court. Everyone had the same idea and no one would join forces with the Li Yuan royal court. Don't worry about the Kingland land. Focus on expanding to other territories. Our population is still too small. The alien races cannot threaten the Holy See for the time being, so they want to take this opportunity to gather more human races and improve their strength. Duanmu Jinghong, summoned by the saint. Ouyang Shenlian, summoned by the saint. The Holy Guard came to inform the two men, who were also members of the Holy Guard. The two did not dare to delay when summoned by the saint, and rushed to the tribe's land as quickly as possible. Meet the saint. Meet the saint. After the two arrived, they immediately paid homage to Fuiao. Get up. As the two stood up, they were enveloped by darkness and pulled into the kingdom of darkness, with ghostly masks slowly taking shape in their spirits. After a while, the two men recovered and prostrated themselves on the ground and kowtowed to Qingshan. Thank you, Holy Lord, for your gift. Thank you, Holy Lord. Qingshan gave the Niga mask to Duanmu Jinghong and the lasso mask to Ouyang Shenlian, so that they could improve their strength as soon as possible. Go down. Don't let the father down. Fuiao asked the two to step down, and only when their strength improved could they help Qingshan. The two were excited and retreated respectfully. Harvest the high-level treasures of Dong Garden. Fuyao ordered the harvesting of the natural treasures in Chenexai Garden. She wanted to bring them back to the Bai family and let Bai Weiyun refine them into pills. Ha ha ha, it worked. Loud laughter was heard from the small courtyard where Hua Qingxiao was. Hua Qingxiao laughed out loud without caring about her image. She had finally developed a potion that could increase mental strength. With these potions, I will have more time to practice magic. Hua Qingxiao was extremely excited, her obsession with magical powers far exceeded that of other elves. After Fuiao arrived at the Bai family, she gave a large amount of rare treasures to Bai Weiyun. Meet the saint. Bai Weiyun bowed to Fuiao. There's no need to be so polite between you and me. During the time Fuiao had been at the Bai family, she had become familiar with Bai Weiyun and the two had a good relationship. Thank you, saint, for giving me so many natural treasures. Bai Weiyun was very happy looking at the large amount of high-level treasures. Although the Bai Family Chamber of Commerce was also trying its best to collect high-level natural treasures, the harvest was minimal. You refine some pills that can strengthen the soul and increase the power of the soul. Fuiao knows that Qingshan attaches great importance to magic and plans to devote all his efforts to the training of elves. Okay. Bai Weiyun agreed immediately. The Bai family has been worried that the Wanggu realm of the Annihilation of Life sect will come to kill them during this period, so they have been very cautious. Unless it is necessary, Bai Shanghui and others will not leave the family. Clan leader, recently many forces have entered Xianzhou to gather information, and they are not friendly. Xianzhou was originally a prime place. After so many years of governance by the Bai family, it has reached a higher level and attracted the covetousness of countless forces. Be on high alert and don't give anyone an opportunity to take advantage of you. Xianzhou is of vital importance to the Bai family, and no one else can be allowed to destroy the peace of Xianzhou. Recently, the demon race and the Shura clan have been making moves, but they have yet to launch an attack. I wonder what they are up to. The behavior of the demon race and the Shura clan is very puzzling. They can obviously destroy the Eldar clan, but they never deal a fatal blow to them, allowing them to linger on in the 6 states. They suffered heavy losses at the demon suppression pass, but they did not give up the attack, and they did not send out the Eternal Realm, which was puzzling. Send someone to Qinglong Temple. There must be something we don't know. The Bai family sent people to Qinglong Temple for advice. Qinglong Temple should know some unknown secrets. Bang! Suddenly, there was a shocking explosion in the Dan Palace, and the nearby halls were shaken and trembled. Alas! Failed again. After a while, Old Man Huoyan and Mu Yuanqing came out covered in dust and dirt. The 3rd level gold core is too difficult to refine. Even if we work together, it's hard to make it. The two worked together to refine the 3rd level gold core, but unfortunately they failed after much effort. The 3rd level gold core is a 2nd grade elixir. If they can successfully refine it, the two can enter the realm of 2nd grade alchemists. Should we invite Yao Xuanyun from Danding sect and the Bai family's alchemist to come and work together to refine the medicine again? Old Man Huoyan wants to invite Bai Weiyun and Yao Xuanyun to come and try to refine the 3rd level gold core again. The 3rd level gold core not only determines whether they can make further progress, but is also crucial to the human race. Send an invitation and invite them to come. Mu Yuanqing agreed with Old Man Huoyan's proposal, and he was also very curious about the Bai family's genius alchemist and wanted to meet this legendary evil alchemist. After learning that the alchemy in the Dan Palace had failed, many masters of the Xinhuo Palace were somewhat disappointed. With another 10 years, the Eternal Realm will be able to attack without restraint. We must concentrate our resources to help those who are most likely to break through the Eternal Realm to do so. 10 years have passed in the blink of an eye, and there is not much time left for human race. They had previously placed their hopes on the 3rd level gold core, but now that the refining of the 3rd level gold core has failed, they have to find another way. The atmosphere in the entire human race became somewhat depressing, and many ordinary people felt something was wrong. The person who went to Qinglong Temple for advice returned quickly and brought back the information that the Bai family needed. Clan leader, according to what the Azure Dragon Temple said, all the Eternal Realms on the continent had an agreement that within 1,000 years, no Eternal Realm member could take action. Anyone who violated the agreement would be punished by the entire world. 1,000 years ago, a crisis broke out on the continent, and it took the joint efforts of many Eternal Realms to resolve the crisis. After this battle, many Eternal Realm warriors were injured and went into seclusion. They set a restriction that the Eternal Realm warriors could not take action within 1,000 years, so the Eternal Realm warriors had not been seen for 1,000 years. Although the Eternal Realm cannot take action, if someone dares to provoke a strong person in the Eternal Realm will be unrestricted. Because of the existence of the Eternal Realm, the spirit race can keep the land of the 6 states and prevent the demon race from taking action. In this way, all the strange behaviors of demon race can be explained, and they dare not violate the agreement. There are only 10 years left in the Millennium Agreement. After 10 years, the Eternal Realm will be free from constraints and can act at will. There is not much time left for the family. Although it is only 10 years, everyone in the Bai family is already satisfied. At least for the next 10 years, they don't have to worry about the Annihilation sect sending out Eternal Realm killers. However, time is very tight, and they must possess the power to contend with the Eternal Realm within 10 years. Once the Eternal Realm is able to take action, the situation on the continent will change completely. If the Bai family wants to preserve their immediate interests, they must have the combat power of the Eternal Realm. Chapter 193. Clan Leader, if you want to possess the combat power of the Eternal Realm, you still have to rely on Senior Koei and the others. Bai Kaihuan spoke solemnly. The further one progresses on the path of cultivation, the harder it is to make breakthroughs. It is a pipe dream for them to contend with the Eternal Realm within 10 years. The Bai family can only find a way to enhance the strength of Kuei and the other two so that they can have the combat power of the Eternal Realm in 10 years. I will ask a few fellow Taoists, but we can't slack off. If we want to quickly break through in strength, we need Wei Yun to break through to the 2nd grade alchemist. Bai Yiming also agreed with Bai Kaihuan's idea, but they also had to find ways to increase their strength. The best way was to let Bai Wei Yun become a 2nd grade alchemist and take 2nd grade pills to break through. In order to increase its strength, the Bai family began to take action, and various resources were transported back to the family. In the manor where Bai Xingai was, Bai Xiandao came to ask for a meeting. Uncle Xingai, are you looking for me? Bai Xiandao bowed respectfully to Bai Xingai. Sit down. After Bai Xiandao sat down, Bai Xingai took out a box and said, this is the 5-colored divine lotus that you asked your family to help find. Hearing this, Bai Xiandao's face became excited and he carefully took the 5-colored divine lotus. Thank you, Uncle Xingai. The 5-colored divine lotus that he had been dreaming of for many years was finally in his hands. Even the heaven-swallowing deist in Bai Xiandao's soul was extremely excited. Okay, go back. Xiandao, please leave. Bai Xiandao once again realized the benefits of family. If he didn't have a family, he wouldn't know when he would be able to find the 5-colored divine lotus. Bai Xiandao left his family and came to the deserted wilderness. Master, I'm about to begin. Bring it on. Tian Tun deist had waited for this day for too long, so long that he had begun to despair. When this day finally came, he was even more nervous than Bai Xian deist. Ah! Bai Xiandao let out a scream. He separated the residual soul of Tian Tun deist from his own soul. The process was so painful that he couldn't help but scream out loudly. Gradually, the souls of Tian Tun deist and Bai Xian deist began to separate. After Tian swallowing deist left Bai Xiandao's soul, he was like a tree without roots or boundless water, and was about to dissipate. Master, come in quickly. Bai Xiandao endured the pain of his soul being torn apart, and tried his best to help the remaining soul of Tunshan deist enter the 5-colored divine lotus. 3 hours later, he finally separated the residual soul of Tian swallowing deist from his own soul. I need to rebuild my body, which will take several years. I cannot be disturbed during this period. The weak voice of Tian Tun deist came. He wanted to use the 5-colored divine lotus to rebuild his body. Master, this is the 3rd grade elixir I begged from Aunt Wei Yun. It will be beneficial to your soul. Bai Xiandao melted the elixir into the divine lotus and let the Tian Tun deist absorb it. Afterwards, Bai Xiandao brought the divine lotus back to the family. The heaven-swallowing deist cannot be disturbed in any way during the process of rebuilding his body. The family is the safest place for him. Not long after, the Bai family received an invitation from the Dan Palace, inviting Bai Wei Yun to the Dan Palace to discuss the art of alchemy. Patriarch, Wei Yun is the cornerstone of the family, and he must not be put in danger. Bai Wu refused immediately. Bai Wei Yun was very important to the family, and she was the apple of his eye. If she was detained by Xinhuo Palace, the Bai family would not be able to stop her. He would never let Bai Wei Yun fall into danger. Territory. Yes, Wei Yun is too important to the family, and there can't be any risk. Wei Yun is safest if she stays in the family. She cannot go to the Dan Palace. Brother Mu, it seems that the Bai family attaches great importance to their evil alchemist and dares not let her come. The people in the tribe have more time to practice, and they are all strong and healthy, and most of them have some achievements. Fuyao asked the Bai family to collect weapon refining secrets. The dwarfs were gifted in weapon refining. If they could get a lot of weapon refining secrets to help them, it would be like adding wings to a tiger. Bai Yiming didn't want Bai Wei Yun to get hurt at all, so he immediately rejected the people from the Dan Palace. With the joint efforts of the Li Yuan Royal Court and the Ancestral Court, a breakthrough was finally achieved and the alien race began to be defeated. The saint asked the Chamber of Commerce to collect all kinds of weapon refining secrets. Numerous cities were like giant beasts crawling on the ground. Looking around, there were lush green crops everywhere, and a large number of foreign slaves working in shackles. Almost all the people in the city have some cultivation level, even in the blood channeling realm and the refining organ realm. Clan leader, just reject the Dan Palace. After seeing the prosperity of the holy tribe, the people of the ancestral temple put away their contempt and no longer dared to underestimate the holy tribe in the slightest. Does the Bai family really think that they can be on par with our Dan Palace just because they have a genius alchemist? Led by the Holy Guard, the group quickly arrived at the Holy City Hall. Qingshan received the news and summoned Manzhan and others to come, and he had been waiting for a long time. The Bai family really doesn't know how high the heavens are and how deep the earth is. They dare to refuse the invitation personally invited by the palace master. Okay, I will refuse the Dan Palace. Old man Huoyan was an experienced man, so he naturally knew what the Bai family was worried about. Bai Weiyun did not go there, but Yao Xuanyun came to the alchemy hall. After the three of them discussed, they began to refine the third-level gold core again. As they traveled along the way, the people of the ancestral temple kept exclaiming in amazement. They could never have imagined that a tribe in a remote area could develop to such a scale. Mu Yuanqing was also a little angry. The invitation he wrote himself was rejected, which made him lose face. After the people from the ancestral temple entered the beast universe, they immediately revealed their identities and were taken to the holy city. Shui Wuju is indeed a character. Even so, he did not suffer a total defeat and still tried his best to deal with the human race. Send someone to the holy tribe to pass on the message and ask them to send people to join the battle immediately. Fuiao traveled back and forth between the wild continent and the ancient continent, and became the busiest person. Everyone was against letting Bai Weiyun go to the Dan Palace, fearing that something unexpected might happen. After being rejected by the Bai family, the Dan Palace disciples who came to deliver the invitation were furious, thinking that the Bai family was ungrateful. After entering the holy city, everyone in the ancestral temple was amazed. The buildings were in good order, and the holy guards in armor were constantly patrolling the city to maintain order. The ancestral court planned to deal a fatal blow to the alien race and sent people to the holy tribe to ask for the holy tribe to send troops. Okay, stop talking. This is still the Bai family's territory. Just report the matter truthfully. Even if a third-grade alchemist appeared in the Bai family, he could not compare with the alchemy palace with its profound heritage. The Bai family is so arrogant that they simply don't take Xinhuo Palace seriously. The leader suppressed everyone's dissatisfaction and quickly left the Bai family. The war in Qingshan land was not going well for the Li Yuan royal court, and several princes were held accountable by King Li Yuan. The ancestral court could not ignore Qingshan land and sent a large army to support it. Humph. You should judge others by your own standards. Since the Bai family won't come, forget it. After they returned to the Dan Palace, they told Mu Yuanqing about the Bai family's refusal without exaggerating. Chapter 194. Please take a seat, everyone. Qingshan and others were also very curious about the people from the ancestral temple, and didn't know what they were up to. After everyone took their seats, Qingshan asked, "What advice do you have for me?" The leader, Qian Junshan, said, "We are here on behalf of the ancestral temple to pass on the order to have the holy tribe send troops to the Qingshan land to cooperate with the ancestral temple to encircle and suppress the alien race." As soon as these words were spoken, Qingshan and others' faces darkened. They did not want to get involved in the affairs of the Qingshan land. After thinking for a while, Qingshan said, "Everyone, the holy tribe is weak, and we need to leave enough people to guard against foreign races. However, the holy tribe has to obey the order of the ancestral court. We will send several strong men to participate in the war." Qingshan didn't want to send out the army, but he couldn't fall out with the ancestral court at this time, so he could only send a few strong men to deal with the ancestral court. Moreover, Li Potion had been hunting down powerful aliens, so it was a good opportunity for him to go to the battlefield. Qian Junshan's face darkened. The holy tribe was going to disobey orders. He wanted to be angry, but Qingshan and the others were not easy to deal with, so he could only suppress the anger in his heart. "Everyone, this is the order of the ancestral temple. I hope you will not make mistakes. Since the order of the ancestral temple has been conveyed, we will take our leave now." Qian Junshan didn't want to stay in the holy tribe any longer, he wanted to report the matter to the ancestral temple as soon as possible. After the group left, Qingshan ordered, "Potion, you and Huangju go to Qingshan land for support. If two people go to support, they can escape safely even if an accident occurs." Qian Junshan brought back the decision of the holy tribe, which made the ancestral temple furious. A mere holy tribe actually dared to disobey the order of the ancestral temple. They really don't know how to live or die. The people in the ancestral temple had not expected that the holy tribe would dare to disobey their orders, and they were already planning to make things difficult for the holy tribe. Not long after, Li Potion and Huangju came with ghost soldiers and were immediately summoned by the ancestral court. The ancestral temple intended to give the holy tribe a warning, and Li Potion took the lead, not hiding his own strength at all, and released an astonishing pressure. This. What a terrifying aura. Strong, absolutely strong. Li Potian Longxiang who walked into the big tent with his gate. Everyone's eyes were on him, and they all felt a huge pressure. The holy tribe's Li Potion has come to support us as ordered. I am honored to meet you all. Li Potion's voice is loud and contains a captivating aura. There is no need to be polite to a powerful fellow deist. If a powerful fellow deist comes to help us, we will be like a tiger with wings, and we will definitely be able to wipe out the alien race. Lin Daoxuan, who was half a step away from the king realm, had a smile on his face. He had long forgotten the idea of a euro blaming the holy tribe. Ha ha ha, fellow deist Li has such a terrifying level of cultivation. We are far behind him. Fellow deist is really an eye-opener. Fellow deist, please take a seat. After seeing Li Potion's strength, everyone immediately changed their attitude. 3 days later, the human race launched a counterattack, and Li Potion and Huangju cooperated with the human race army to dispatch. Li Potion showed his brutal side, and many powerful aliens were eaten alive by him. The alien races also knew how cruel Li Potion was, so they fled in panic and did not dare to fight him. The army commander Shuewuju hid himself and dared not reveal himself, for fear of being found by Li Potion. Under the sweep of the human race army, the alien race had to withdraw from the Qingshan land. During this period, Li Potion became famous, and many alien and human race forces knew of his existence. Things change, time passes, and 8 years pass quickly. After the Qingshan land was recovered, it was guarded by the Laiwan royal court. The Laiwan royal court moved many tribes here, including a marquisate, and did not give any chance to the foreign races. After 8 years of development, the holy court has become even stronger and its population is approaching 2 million. Guxian and the others were only one step away from the Nirvana realm, with a dozen more in the fetal breathing realm and 3 in the Nirvana realm. The elves have made considerable progress in practicing magic. Hua Qingxiao, Zhang Yueying, and Han Mixu have become intermediate magicians. They have mastered a lot of magic and possess a certain level of combat effectiveness. The strength of the Bai family has greatly increased, with 7 third-grade masters and 2 second-grade masters appearing under their rule. Bai Jingkaiyu and others' cultivation has also improved by leaps and bounds, and their strength has greatly increased. A figure suddenly appeared at the sunken place of Blood Fiend Island. What's going on? Did I take the wrong path? The old Blood Fiend looked at the calm sea and had a bad feeling. He spread his spiritual thoughts and began to explore the surrounding situation, and soon found the Blood Fiend Island that sank to the bottom of the sea. Who is it? The Blood Fiend's eyes were bloodshot, his expression was crazy, and his face was ferocious. Whoever dares to sink my Blood Fiend Island will die. The Blood Fiend old man left the Blood Fiend Island, captured some creatures and questioned them, and learned that it was the Bai family who destroyed the Blood Fiend Island. Bai family, I want you to pay the price. After knowing the real culprit who destroyed Blood Fiend Island, the old Blood Fiend was filled with murderous intent and wanted to uproot the Bai family. The news that the old man Blood Fiend had returned to the world spread quickly and was known to countless people. The old man Blood Fiend has appeared. He already knows that the Blood Fiend pirates were wiped out by the Bai family. The Bai family is now in danger. The Blood Fiend is a fierce and powerful villain from the Eternal Realm. The Bai family is in trouble. So what if the Bai family is so wealthy? Can they stop the Eternal Realm? Everyone was talking about it, and they all knew that the old Blood Fiend would not let the Bai family go. They were looking forward to the Blood Fiend old man attacking the Bai family. If the Bai family was destroyed, they could also take advantage of the situation and get a piece of the pie. The wealth of the Bai family is known to the world, and even if one can only obtain a part of it, one will benefit greatly. The millennium is approaching, and the Eternal Realm assassin can take action. It's time to complete this mission. Inside the Annihilation Gate, the fortune teller muttered to himself that he had failed in his assassination attempts on Puppet 2 and Puppet 3, and had also lost 6 people who were at the half-step Eternal Realm, a heavy loss. They did not send out assassins to continue the assassination in these years in order to wait for the arrival of the Millennium period. At that time, they would send out the Eternal Realm assassins to make a fatal blow and not give Puppet 2 and Puppet 3 any chance. Ha ha ha, we can finally take action. Gather the troops immediately and march into Xianzhou. The Bai family, a mere family, actually wants to occupy Xianzhou. They are overestimating their own capabilities. After years of immersion, it's time for people to feel fear again. As the millennium approaches, many long-lost eternal realms begin to reappear, and many forces are ready to stir up a bloody storm. The demon race and the Shura clan are eyeing them covetously, and their army is approaching, and the human race feels tremendous pressure. Recall the fleet and don't go out to sea for the time being. The Bai family also knew that the situation would get completely out of control, the mainland would face a major turmoil, and the Bai family fleet would no longer be able to continue trading. Clan leader, the Blood Fiend Elder will attack us. We must also be on guard against the Eternal Realm assassin from the Annihilation sect. Many forces are eyeing Xianzhou. The situation is worrying. The Bai family is facing a mountain of pressure and will soon face more than one Eternal Realm master. It doesn't matter. Brother Kuei and his men already have the combat power of the Eternal Realm. The Bai family is unshakable. Chapter 195. Kuei and the other two already possess the combat power to contend against the Eternal Realm, so even if the enemy attacks, the Bai family can remain as stable as a rock. Wei Yun is making every effort to become a second-grade alchemist and strengthen his trade with all the major forces. Even if he suffers some losses, he will obtain high-level natural treasures. Bai Wei Yun is now at a critical moment of breakthrough. If he wants to break through to the second-grade alchemist in one go, the Bai family needs to provide a large number of high-level natural materials and treasures that cannot affect Bai Wei Yun. Chief, we have already negotiated with all the major forces of the human race, even the Xinhuo Palace is in contact. Everyone also knows that this is a serious matter and has been working hard to acquire high-end natural and precious materials. However, high-level natural treasures are rare and in short supply. In recent years, the major forces of the human race have also been concentrating on natural treasures to break through the realm. There are very few high-level natural treasures that can be traded with the Bai family. If it weren't for the rare treasures that Fuiao brought from the wild continent, the Bai family's resources would have long been insufficient to support Bai Wei Yun's consumption. Patriarch, Xiandeo's master is very powerful and unfathomable. Should we continue investigating? When mentioning this matter, Bai Yiming looked solemn. 2 years ago, Bai Xiandao brought back a man who claimed to be his master who had been teaching him cultivation and called himself Tian Tun Daoist. The Bai family members took this very seriously, but the heaven-swallowing Daoist made them unable to see through it. No need. He has no ill will towards the family. Continuing the investigation will only bring evil to people. We have been investigating for more than a year but have found nothing. The same will happen if we continue the investigation. There is no need to continue. Make every effort to find the whereabouts of the old blood fiend and kill him immediately after 2 years. Don't give him the opportunity to destroy the rule of the Bai family. The Bai family planned to strike first and surround and kill the old blood fiend. In the Xinhuo Palace, leaders from various forces gathered together to discuss the future of the human race. 4 auras of the Eternal Realm have appeared outside the Demon Suppression Pass. The demon race can no longer hold back. Everyone felt heavy-hearted, and the pressure from the demon race made them breathless. Amitabha, I will go to the Demon Suppression Pass soon and will not allow the evil spirits to run rampant. Master Liaoyan of Qinglong Temple is preparing to go to the Demon Suppressing Pass to fight against the demon race. Master Liaoyan is from the Eternal Realm of Qinglong Temple. He has cultivated the highest Buddhist skill, the 6-foot-tall golden body, and has tremendous combat power. He personally sits in charge of the Demon Suppressing Pass, and everyone feels a lot more relieved. Master Liaoyan, I will go with you. Tianjian Transition perfected being spoke at this time. He is the Eternal Realm of Tianjian Mountain. His sword power is earth-shaking and his attacking power is unparalleled. He is a powerful sword of the human race that shocks all directions. We are heading to the Demon Suppression Pass. I'll trouble you all inside the human race land. Be careful of the Shura clan launching an attack in Yunzhou. The human race is in a war zone, with too many enemies to deal with. In the Demon Dao camp, many Demon Dao giants are also discussing the next course of action. Since the Ancestor has reappeared, he will kill the world and prepare to start a war. The old demon Wuji is filled with murderous intent and wants to turn the human race upside down. Ancestor, the situation in the human race is a matter of concern. Is it really going to start a civil war? Yang Dingtian didn't want a civil war to break out between the Demon Dao camp and the human race forces, as doing so would only hurt both sides and would benefit no one. Moreover, the current human race is ultimately dominated by the righteous forces, and it is difficult for them to shake the righteous forces. Ha ha ha, the Ancestor wants to lead the Demon Dao forces from the Heavenly Demon Sea into the human race to kill the world. The old demon Wuji has been in contact with the Heavenly Demon Sea forces in recent years, preparing to lead them into the land of human race and overthrow the rule of the righteous forces. We swear to follow our Ancestor until death. Please lead us to restore the glory of Demon Dao. Under the leadership of our Ancestor, we will overthrow the hypocritical righteous forces. Many demons cheered. They are selfish demons, they don't care about the future of the human race at all. Kuei San did not speak. Bai Wu, Bai Jingkaiu, Bai Shanghuai and Tunshan Daoist appeared on the battlefield and surrounded the old blood fiend. It's the Bai family. Everyone below the Eternal Realm is an ant. Even the difference between the half-step Eternal Realm and the Eternal Realm is huge. They cannot be a match for the Eternal Realm. Everyone, the Eternal Realm is about to get out of control. Without the Eternal Realm in charge, the situation will be very difficult. Ha ha ha, hurry up and follow. Ha ha ha, you are destined to stay here today. After the collision, the giant's body began to break into pieces, and the blood knife gradually broke. Who are you? And, die. When everyone saw this scene, they all moved away to watch the battle, wanting to know whether the Bai family could compete with the Eternal Realm. Bang! Can the Bai family stop the blood fiend old man? After one move, the blood fiend knew the severity of the situation. For the first time, his face became serious. He did not dare to underestimate Puppet 3 who appeared in front of him. The Shura tribe's army is constantly on the move. If they want to attack Yunzhou, we won't be able to stop them. They had been forbearing before only to protect themselves. After these years of recuperation, they have recovered some of their strength and no longer need to pretend. The giant punched out with great force, but the old blood fiend remained motionless. A cloud of blood filled the air, which instantly condensed into a blood knife and chopped at the giant. It's the old blood fiend. Is he going to destroy the Bai family? Bai Jingkai's eyes flashed. This scarlet blade energy cut through the sky and earth, filled with endless murderous intent. There seemed to be an endless sea of a corpses and blood in it, making people dare not resist and sink into it. The blood fiend old man approached Xianzhou. Just as he was about to enter Xianzhou, a giant 10,000 feet tall appeared at the border and punched him to death. The old blood fiend did not move, and a blade of energy came towards Bai Jingkaiu. That's the Eternal Realm. Can the Bai family handle it? The Bai family actually robbed and killed the blood fiend elder. Do they have the strength to do so? Ha 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 ha, Bai family, today is the day of your destruction. The old blood fiend was filled with murderous intent and rushed towards Xianzhou at a rapid speed. His terrifying murderous intent alarmed countless lives. The overseas forces are not as powerful as the Demon Dao camp, let alone the Xinhuo Palace. They do not have a strong man in the Eternal Realm who can stabilize the sea. The following turmoil will make them very passive, and there is even a possibility of their destruction. Send someone to Xinhuo Palace to report the situation to them. We can only hope that Xinhuo Palace will consider the overall situation and send a strong man from the Eternal Realm to take charge. Many forces followed behind the old blood fiend, wanting to witness the Eternal Realm take action. Bang! 2 years passed in a flash, and the Millennium period arrived, and the Eternal Realm was no longer restricted. Many overseas forces have gathered in Yunzhou. The ancient continent is destined to be in turmoil, and they are also worried about their future. The overseas forces have no choice but to completely turn to the Xinhuo Palace. Bai Jingkai's words completely angered the old blood fiend. An ant dared to speak rudely to him, which was a way to his death. The atmosphere in the entire ancient continent was depressing, just like the calm before the storm, and all forces were preparing for war with all their might. Chapter 195. Kuei Yi and the other two already possess the combat power to contend against the Eternal Realm, so even if the enemy attacks, the Bai family can remain as stable as a rock. Wei Yun is making every effort to become a second-grade alchemist and strengthen his trade with all the major forces. Even if he suffers some losses, he will obtain high-level natural treasures. Bai Wei Yun is now at a critical moment of breakthrough. If he wants to break through to the second-grade alchemist in one go, the Bai family needs to provide a large number of high-level natural materials and treasures that cannot affect Bai Wei Yun. Chief, we have already negotiated with all the major forces of the human race, even the Xinhuo Palace is in contact. Everyone also knows that this is a serious matter and has been working hard to acquire high-end natural and precious materials. However, high-level natural treasures are rare and in short supply. In recent years, the major forces of the human race have also been concentrating on natural treasures to break through the realm. There are very few high-level natural treasures that can be traded with the Bai family. If it weren't for the rare treasures that Fuyao brought from the wild continent, the Bai family's resources would have long been insufficient to support Bai Wei Yun's consumption. Patriarch, Xiandeo's master is very powerful and unfathomable. Should we continue investigating? When mentioning this matter, Bai Yiming looked solemn. 2 years ago, Bai Xiandeo brought back a man who claimed to be his master who had been teaching him cultivation and called himself Tian Tun Daoist. The Bai family members took this very seriously, but the heaven-swallowing Daoist made them unable to see through it. No need. He has no ill will towards the family. Continuing the investigation will only bring evil to people. We have been investigating for more than a year but have found nothing. The same will happen if we continue the investigation. There is no need to continue. Make every effort to find the whereabouts of the old blood fiend and kill him immediately after 2 years. Don't give him the opportunity to destroy the rule of the Bai family. The Bai family planned to strike first and surround and kill the old blood fiend. In the Xinhuo Palace, leaders from various forces gathered together to discuss the future of the human race. 4 auras of the Eternal Realm have appeared outside the Demon Suppression Pass. The demon race can no longer hold back. Everyone felt heavy-hearted, and the pressure from the demon race made them breathless. Amitabha, I will go to the Demon Suppression Pass soon and will not allow the evil spirits to run rampant. Master Liaoyan of Qinglong Temple is preparing to go to the Demon Suppressing Pass to fight against the demon race. Master Liaoyan is from the Eternal Realm of Qinglong Temple. He has cultivated the highest Buddhist skill, the 6-foot-tall golden body, and has tremendous combat power. He personally sits in charge of the Demon Suppressing Pass, and everyone feels a lot more relieved. Master Liaoyan, I will go with you. Tianjian Transition perfected being spoke at this time. He is the Eternal Realm of Tianjian Mountain. His sword power is earth-shaking and his attacking power is unparalleled. He is a powerful sword of the human race that shocks all directions. We are heading to the Demon Suppression Pass. I'll trouble you all inside the human race land. Be careful of the Shura clan launching an attack in Yunzhou. The human race is in a war zone, with too many enemies to deal with. In the Demon Dao camp, many Demon Dao giants are also discussing the next course of action. Since the Ancestor has reappeared, he will kill the world and prepare to start a war. The old demon Wuji is filled with murderous intent and wants to turn the human race upside down. Ancestor, the situation in the human race is a matter of concern. Is it really going to start a civil war? Yang Dingtian didn't want a civil war to break out between the Demon Dao camp and the human race forces, as doing so would only hurt both sides and would benefit no one. Moreover, the current human race is ultimately dominated by the righteous forces, and it is difficult for them to shake the righteous forces. Ha ha ha, the Ancestor wants to lead the Demon Dao forces from the Heavenly Demon Sea into the human race to kill the world. The old demon Wuji has been in contact with the Heavenly Demon Sea forces in recent years, preparing to lead them into the land of human race and overthrow the rule of the righteous forces. We swear to follow our Ancestor until death. Please lead us to restore the glory of Demon Dao. Under the leadership of our Ancestor, we will overthrow the hypocritical righteous forces. Many demons cheered. They are selfish demons, they don't care about the future of the human race at all. Kuei San did not speak. Bai Wu, Bai Jingkaiu, Bai Shanghuai and Tunshan Daoist appeared on the battlefield and surrounded the old blood fiend. It's the Bai family. Everyone below the Eternal Realm is an ant. Even the difference between the half-step Eternal Realm and the Eternal Realm is huge. They cannot be a match for the Eternal Realm. Everyone, the Eternal Realm is about to get out of control. Without the Eternal Realm in charge, the situation will be very difficult. Ha ha ha, hurry up and follow. Ha ha ha, you are destined to stay here today. After the collision, the giant's body began to break into pieces, and the blood knife gradually broke. Who are you? Ant, die. When everyone saw this scene, they all moved away to watch the battle, wanting to know whether the Bai family could compete with the Eternal Realm. Bang! Can the Bai family stop the blood fiend old man? After one move, the blood fiend knew the severity of the situation. For the first time, his face became serious. He did not dare to underestimate Puppet 3 who appeared in front of him. The Shura tribe's army is constantly on the move. If they want to attack Yunzhou, we won't be able to stop them. They had been forbearing before only to protect themselves. After these years of recuperation, they have recovered some of their strength and no longer need to pretend. The giant punched out with great force, but the old blood fiend remained motionless. A cloud of blood filled the air, which instantly condensed into a blood knife and chopped at the giant. It's the old blood fiend. Is he going to destroy the Bai family? Bai Jingkai's eyes flashed. This scarlet blade energy cut through the sky and earth, filled with endless murderous intent. There seemed to be an endless sea of a corpses and blood in it, making people dare not resist and sink into it. The blood fiend old man approached Xianzhou. Just as he was about to enter Xianzhou, a giant 10,000 feet tall appeared at the border and punched him to death. The old blood fiend did not move, and a blade of energy came towards Bai Jingkai. That's the eternal realm. Can the Bai family handle it? The Bai family actually robbed and killed the blood fiend elder. Do they have the strength to do so? Ha 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 ha, Bai family, today is the day of your destruction. The old blood fiend was filled with murderous intent and rushed towards Xianzhou at a rapid speed. His terrifying murderous intent alarmed countless lives. The overseas forces are not as powerful as the Demon Dao camp, let alone the Xinhuo palace. They do not have a strong man in the eternal realm who can stabilize the sea. The following turmoil will make them very passive, and there is even a possibility of their destruction. Send someone to Xinhuo palace to report the situation to them. We can only hope that Xinhuo palace will consider the overall situation and send a strong man from the eternal realm to take charge. Many forces followed behind the old blood fiend, wanting to witness the eternal realm take action. Bang! 2 years passed in a flash, and the millennium period arrived, and the eternal realm was no longer restricted. Many overseas forces have gathered in Yunzhou. The ancient continent is destined to be in turmoil, and they are also worried about their future. The overseas forces have no choice but to completely turn to the Xinhuo palace. Bai Jingkai's words completely angered the old blood fiend. An ant dared to speak rudely to him, which was a way to his death. The atmosphere in the entire ancient continent was depressing, just like the calm before the storm, and all forces were preparing for war with all their might. Chapter 197. Swallowing Heavendaist and Bai Jingkai cooperated, and they had the power to fight the blood fiend old man, shocking everyone. No, I have to leave first. The old man blood fiend also calmed down at this time, looked at Puppet 3 who had not made any move, and decided to evacuate first. Things were beyond his control. He originally thought he could easily destroy the Bai family, avenge the blood fiend pirate group, and seize the endless resources of the Bai family. Unexpectedly, the Bai family was hidden so deeply. Not only were there monsters like Bai Jingkai, but there was also the eternal realm being Puppet San. Just when the old man blood fiend was about to leave first, Puppet San joined the battlefield at this time. Suddenly, the situation suddenly changed, the world overturned, and a majestic force enveloped the battlefield. The old man blood fiend felt like he was walking in a mire with Tian Yuan on his back, unable to move even an inch. Having acquired the demonic ability of Earth for many years, Puppet San has continuously tapped into the demonic power and has mastered the gravity of the Earth. He can exert the power of the Earth even if he is separated from the Earth. Kill. The blood fiend old man's movements were restricted, so Bai Jingkai and others attacked with all their strength, beating him into a state of embarrassment. Damn it! The old man blood fiend roared, and a violent force erupted, knocking back everyone and sweeping the world. The old man blood fiend returned to normal. Puppet San had already reached him and punched him in the face. The old man blood fiend had no time to dodge and could only punch him. Bang! The two fists collided, and two unworldly forces exploded, spreading to the 9 heavens and 10 earths, all over the world. No, go back quickly. The aftermath of the battle between the two was so terrifying that those watching had to retreat. The two people's true energy collided with each other. The old man blood fiend's face was flushed and he seemed to be struggling. Puppet 3 is calm, overwhelming the blood fiend old man. Bang! Blood fiend's real energy burst out, knocking back Puppet 3, and unleashed his ultimate move instantly. The sky is full of blood. Everyone saw a bloody ocean appearing in the sky, constantly setting off strong winds and huge waves, threatening to submerge the world. Puppet San stood on the sea of a blood and began to wave his fists. Each punch carried the gravity of the earth, trying to tear the sea of a blood into pieces. Wherever the fist light passed, the sea of a blood evaporated, and Puppet San flew into the sea of a blood. He closed his hands and an invisible force covered the sea of a blood and the old man blood fiend, and began to squeeze, trying to crush the old man blood fiend and the sea of a blood into powder. The sea of a blood began to shrink under the squeeze of gravity. The bones in old blood fiend's whole body were clicking and his body was about to be crushed. It was difficult to bear the power of the earth. No, I want to get out as soon as possible. The old man blood fiend finally became frightened. It was only then that he felt the threat of death. While gravity is squeezing, it is also tearing outwards. If it wants to tear him apart, even if he is in the eternal realm, he will not be able to withstand the destruction of gravity. That's all. At the critical moment of life and death, the old man blood fiend had cold eyes and decided to cut off his tail to survive. Boom! The blood sea that the old man blood fiend had been chained to for endless years exploded, shattering Puppet San's gravity blockade, and he immediately fled. Go back! Just when the old man blood fiend was about to escape from the battlefield, a sound without any human smoke sounded, and then a hurricane swept towards the old man blood fiend, trying to force him back. He is a strong member of the Bai family. There are still strong people from the Bai family hiding on the battlefield. What do the Bai family want to do? Can they really keep an eternal realm behind? Everyone was horrified. They didn't expect that the Bai family actually wanted to keep the old blood fiend. Ah! The old blood fiend made an astonishing move, not hesitating to sacrifice his own foundation to improve his strength. The surging blood energy instantly transformed into a sky-slashing sword energy, which shattered the hurricane. Wind. Kuei knew what he was thinking and immediately launched a storm. Puff. The force of the storm hit the old blood fiend, causing his blood to splatter into the sky. The old blood fiend was shaking and stumbling, but he didn't care about his injuries and fled at an unprecedented speed. What a pity. Everyone felt a little bit sorry that they couldn't keep the old blood fiend. However, they could accept this result. The strong ones in the Eternal Realm were not so easy to deal with, and it would be difficult to stop them if they were determined to escape. Leave. The Bai family did not stay any longer and returned to their home. The Bai family is so terrifying. They actually have 2 Eternal Realm masters in charge. We must never offend such a terrible Bai family. Blood Fiend, who has been famous for many years, was also beaten by the Bai family and escaped with serious injuries. It is unbelievable. After the Bai family members left, the spectators talked about the battle and were all shocked by the strength of the Bai family. Puff. After escaping from Xianzhou for a long distance, the old blood fiend dared to stop. He could no longer suppress his injuries and a mouthful of blood spurted out. The injury is too serious and requires some time to recuperate. The old blood fiend was severely injured after being hit by Kuei-er's full force, and could not threaten the Bai family in the short term. Bai family, this matter is not over yet. The old blood fiend has an even deeper hatred for the Bai family and will definitely not give up. After recovering briefly, the old blood fiend left quickly. He wanted to find a safe place to recover from his injuries as soon as possible. The news of the war spread quickly, and became more and more widespread, reaching more and more forces. Withdraw the troops immediately. The Bai family has 2 Eternal Realm masters guarding the place. They must not be provoked. Recall the personnel who entered Xianzhou. The Bai family showed amazing strength in this battle, and the forces that had originally planned to attack the Bai family all stopped and put away their greed. Many forces that had been eyeing Xianzhou also withdrew their minions and dared not confront the Bai family head-on. The Bai family has 2 Eternal Realm masters in charge. What a terrifying force this is. Even those forces with Eternal Realm masters dare not easily conflict with the Bai family. It is a blessing for the human race that 2 fellow deists, Kuei-er and Kuei-san, have broken through the Eternal Realm. Ha ha ha, the Bai family is so powerful that there is no need to worry about the border. It is a cause for celebration that 2 of the Bai family's Eternal Realm masters are in charge. When the human race forces learned that the Bai family had 2 powerful Eternal Realm masters, they were very excited and cheered. The Bai family also belongs to the human race. It is a blessing for the human race that the Bai family is so powerful. Especially since the Bai family also occupies the border areas of Yuanzhou, Anzhou, and half of Huangzhou. With the Bai family guarding the human race border, the human race land can be much more peaceful. However, some forces felt uneasy about the Bai family's strength, with the Yunhai sect being the worst. The battle between the Bai family and the Blood Fiend Old Man was like a fuse, which unveiled the chaos in the ancient continent and opened an era of continuous wars. The demon race and the Shura army attacked the Eldar, wanting to completely destroy the Eldar and occupy their lands so that they could attack other forces without any worries. Led by 2 Eternal Realm masters, the Spirit clan fought to the death. They gathered all their strength and put up a last-ditch resistance in the 6 states. Other forces also did not want the Eldar to fall, and secretly provided them with a large amount of supplies and manpower. Chapter 198. The demon race and the Shura clan are very powerful, and they are not afraid of fighting on multiple fronts. After the Eldar started the war, they launched a fierce attack on the human race and the barbarians. 5 eternal demon kings attacked Demon Suppression Pass, and the battle situation was critical. Master Liaoyan and Ziai perfected being, working together with the Xi and Huo formation, were unable to defeat the demon race and had to seek help from the major forces of the human race. The demon race's attack is too crazy. The demon suppression pass is in danger and needs support urgently. Inside the Xinhuo Palace, everyone is extremely anxious. If an accident occurs at the demon suppressing pass, the human race will face a catastrophe. At this point, we can no longer care about anything else. We will immediately support the demon suppression pass. The leader of Dikui Palace and Master Tianyun of Wujishan Palace were originally going to stay in Xinhuo Palace to take charge of the situation, but now that Zhenmo Pass is crumbling, they can only go to support Zhenmo Pass first. After we leave, you must immediately close the Xinhuo Grotto Heaven and not let anyone in. Always be on guard against the Demon Dao camp. They have evil intentions and must not be taken lightly. The leader told everyone that what they were most worried about was the Demon Dao camp. The human race is now in a life-or-death situation. If the Demon Dao camp stirs up internal strife at this time, it will push the human race into the abyss. Always pay attention to the battle between the spirits, and be careful of the Shura tribe attacking Yunzhou. After giving some instructions, the leader and Master Tianyun headed to Demon Suppressing Pass as quickly as possible, followed by the subsequent support team. Oh! It would be great if the 3rd level gold core could be successfully refined. Everyone was worried and helpless. They have high hopes for the 3rd level gold core, which can help people break through the Eternal Realm. If it is successfully refined, the human race will have a few more Eternal Realm people, and it can also change the current situation. After receiving support from the 2 leaders, Demon Suppression Pass was finally stabilized, but it was still full of crises. At this time, the Demon Dao camp began to invade the territories of other human race forces. This time they no longer disguised themselves, revealing their true colors, launching a massive massacre and sacrificing countless lives. Ah! No! Run away, run away! It's over! Everything is over! Jingzhou under the jurisdiction of Wuji Tiangong was the first to bear the brunt. Even though they were prepared against the Demon Dao camp, they could not stop the attack from the Demon Dao camp and were defeated one after another. Damn it, the Demon Dao camp deserves to die. What should I do now? The Demon Dao camp is extremely vicious and has caused great suffering to the people. Their evil deeds must be stopped. In the past, many forces believed that the righteous forces were hypocritical and not as direct as the Demon Dao camp. But now they realized how ridiculous their ideas were. No matter how hypocritical the righteous forces were, they were still righteous after all and would not massacre civilians wantonly. The Demon Dao camp is brutal and bloodthirsty, using every possible means, using outrageous methods, and they don't care about kinship, only endless killing. The Demon Dao camp is about to capture Jingzhou. How should we respond? The Demon Dao camp should be chopped into pieces. They should never have been allowed to exist in the first place. The Demon Dao camp has the Wanggu realm in charge, how can we be their opponent? Everyone was at a loss as to what to do. The Demon Dao camp chose this time to take advantage of the situation and the Xinhuo Palace was unable to cope. If they withdraw the forces from Demon Suppression Pass to deal with the Demon Dao camp, it will only cause the Demon Suppression Pass to be lost, and the consequences will be even more terrible. The Demon Dao camp may not care about the Demon Suppression Pass or the life and death of the human race, but they cannot give up the Demon Suppression Pass. Send someone to contact the Bai family. Only the Bai family can deal with the Demon Dao camp now. After thinking about it, everyone can only place their hopes on the Bai family, hoping that the Bai family can take the overall situation into consideration and take action to stop the Demon Dao camp. The Bai family received the news as soon as the Demon Dao camp started the war. Bai Yiming and others have discussed the matter many times, but have not reached a conclusion. When the nest is overturned, the eggs will not be safe. We cannot sit idly by and watch the Demon Dao camp do whatever they want and bring the human race into an irreparable situation. Bai Kaihuyan has always advocated stopping the Demon Dao camp. Although the Bai family has grievances with many human race forces, the Bai family is ultimately a member of the human race and cannot watch the Demon Dao camp harm the people and let the human race decline. The Bai family and the human race are an inseparable whole. If the human race falls, the Bai family will not be able to remain unscathed. Just like Shenzhou, the Bai family's rule has become increasingly consolidated and unshakable over the years, which is inseparable from the support of the human race forces. Those who are not of my race must have different hearts. This is an eternal truth no matter in which great world. If the Bai family wants to grow and develop, it cannot do without the human race. The Demon Dao camp is quite powerful. If we fight them head-on, we will suffer heavy losses. The Xinhuo Palace has a deep foundation. Why don't we let them fight to the point where both sides suffer losses, and we will reap the benefits in the end. Bai Xingai did not agree to send troops now. He planned to sit on the mountain and watch the tigers fight, and then take action to clean up the mess at the end. That's right. Only when the human race land is in complete chaos can the current situation be broken and the family can profit. Bai Liu Feng supports Bai Xingai. The current situation of human race is not conducive to the development of the Bai family. Only by completely breaking the current situation can the Bai family expand rapidly and maximize its profits. Everyone held their own opinions, but Bai Jingkai said nothing. He didn't care about these things. Jingkai, Yu, Shenghuai and Liu Feng will immediately lead the Yuanzhou army and Anzhou army to attack the 3 counties of Huangzhou. Bai Yiming finally decided to send troops to prevent the Demon Dao camp from continuing to do whatever they want. Yes, sir. Bai Jingkai immediately left the family and dispatched the army. At the same time, the Bai family released a message, reprimanding the Demon Dao camp and asking them to stop the war immediately, otherwise the Bai family will take action. When this news came out, many forces of the human race were extremely excited, and some even cried with joy. Great, the Bai family has taken action. Now that the Bai family has taken action, the Demon Dao camp will not dare to act recklessly again. I hope the Bai family can deter the Demon Dao camp. Many forces have placed their hopes on the Bai family, and now only the Bai family can stop the Demon Dao camp. What the hell is the Bai family? How dare you point fingers at our ancestor? Keep attacking, ignore them. The old demon Wuji did not take the Bai family seriously at all. Instead, he decided to attack the Bai family after conquering Jingzhou. The Demon Dao camp is full of lawless people. They don't care about the threats from the Bai family and continue to do as they please, launching a fierce attack on Jingzhou. Jingzhou was able to be brought under the rule of Wuji Tiangong, so it was naturally a rare elite place of the human race, with a population of hundreds of millions. After a period of massacre by the Demon Dao camp, tens of millions of people have fallen and the country has become a living hell. Damn it, the Bai family can't deter the Demon Dao camp. The Demon Dao camp is still attacking Jingzhou. Let's go and support them. Kill the Demon Dao villain and enforce justice on behalf of heaven. The Demon Dao camp does not take the Bai family seriously. Many forces are anxious and spontaneously go to Jingzhou to join the war to stop the Demon Dao camp from continuing to massacre the human race people. Chapter 199. Xinhuo Palace had to send a large number of personnel to support Jingzhou and prevent the situation from getting worse. But they are not at the Eternal Realm, and facing the Demon Dao camp is very dangerous. Not long after, the Bai family's army arrived in Huangzhou and immediately launched an attack on the Demon Dao camp, taking over an entire county with lightning speed. Damn it, the Demon Dao camp is unworthy of being called the human race. After seizing a county, Bai Shanghai and others were furious. There are only a few human race people left here, and they are being persecuted by the Demon Dao camp. They are used to practice magic or perform blood sacrifices to increase their strength. 9 out of 10 houses are empty. Continue the sweep and take over the entire Huangzhou. The Bai family army continued to attack. The main force of the Demon Dao camp fought in Jingzhou. The remaining forces were vulnerable to the Bai family army. The Bai family's army captured the 3 counties with great ease and unified Huangzhou. Now that we have captured 3 counties, should we continue to attack Yangzhou? Huangzhou was occupied by the Bai family, but the Demon Dao camp still did not stop attacking. If the Bai family wanted to stop the Demon Dao camp, they could only attack Yangzhou. However, once Yangzhou is attacked, it will be a huge burden for the Bai family, and it is very likely that the Bai family will be trapped in the quagmire of war. Since the Demon Dao camp won't stop, then we should continue to attack. Only when they feel the pain will they stop fighting. Bai Jingkai was eager to fight and wanted to have a big battle with the Demon Dao camp. The Bai family's army is approaching and stationed in Yangzhou. A war is about to break out, and the Demon Dao camp finally feels threatened. Yangzhou is a vital place and cannot be lost. Yangzhou has played an indispensable role in our recovery. We cannot let the Bai family take Yangzhou away. Hurry to support Yangzhou. Although the Demon Dao camp occupied 7 states, the remaining 6 states were all barren states, not much better than the former Yuanzhou. Only Yangzhou has a well-developed water network, fertile land, and abundant spiritual energy. The Demon Dao camp has recovered its vitality in recent years because of its control of Yangzhou. Once Yangzhou falls, it will be a major blow to the Demon Dao camp, and even if they capture Jingzhou, the loss will outweigh the gain. The Bai family really deserves to die. We didn't provoke them, but they attacked us instead. This is really unreasonable. Go back to Yangzhou and destroy the Bai family. If the Bai family dares to attack us, we will make sure they never get back. The Demon Dao camp was furious and clamored to return to Yangzhou to fight the Bai family. Ancestor, the Bai family has 2 Eternal Realm Masters in charge. Their financial resources are amazing and should not be underestimated. Yang Dingtian was also persuading the old demon Wuji to continue attacking Jingzhou. If they ignored Yangzhou, the good situation they had accumulated before would be ruined. You guys continue to attack Jingzhou, I'm going to meet this damn Bai family. The old demon Wuji was also furious and decided to come to Yangzhou in person to fight with the Bai family. When the old demon Wuji left the Jingzhou battlefield, all the forces of Xinhuo Palace felt relieved. In order to deal with the old demon Wuji, they have consumed a lot of their resources during this period of time. The threat posed by the Eternal Realm to them is too great. The Wuji demon has already left Jingzhou. They should go to Yangzhou to fight the Bai family. What should we do? Everyone in Xinhuo Palace gathered together to discuss what to do next. The Bai family attacked the Demon Dao camp for the sake of the human race. We cannot let the Bai family fight alone and face the Demon Dao camp alone. We must launch a counterattack immediately and support the Bai family. Xinhuo Palace was not ungrateful and did not intend to conserve its strength and let the Bai family and the Demon Dao camp fight each other. Instead, it launched a fierce counterattack and cooperated with the Bai family. The main force of the Demon Dao camp was attracted to Yangzhou, and the Bai family did not launch a rash attack. Instead, they tied down the main force of the Demon Dao camp. They have done their best. After the old demon Wuji arrived in Yangzhou, he was so angry that he wanted to kill all the members of the Bai family who had ruined his plans to vent his hatred. Boom! The old demon Wuji rushed into the Bai family's army, wantonly exuding the pressure of the Eternal Realm. Ah! Puff! Well! Some soldiers with low cultivation base were unable to withstand the pressure and were injured. You're looking for death. Bai Jingkai, Bai Shanghai and Bai Liufeng rushed out immediately, regardless of the gap between them and the old demon Wuji. 3 ants, die. The old demon Wuji attacked angrily and covered the 3 people with one palm. A huge hand that covered the sky and the sun appeared in the air and enveloped the 3 people, intending to smash them into pieces. One shot to the sky. Bai Jingkai raised his true energy violently, and concentrated all his strength on the spear. A huge spear energy shot up into the sky and stabbed into the falling giant palm. Boom, crack, crack. The giant palm was so strong that the gun energy failed to break it, but the gun energy prevented the giant palm from falling further. Get out of my way. Bai Jingkai used his supernatural power again and pushed the giant palm away. Kill. Bai Shanghai and Bai Liufeng cooperated with each other, and the killing sword god was elusive and extremely fast, constantly surrounding and killing the Wuji old demon. Even though the old demon Wuji was at the Eternal Realm, he could not keep up with the speed of the flying sword. Die. The old demon Wuji struck Bai Shanghai and the other man with a powerful palm, and the 2 were immediately blown up, and the space was also shattered. Wrong. The old demon Wuji felt something was wrong, so he expanded his spiritual thoughts outward and soon discovered Bai Shanghai and the other person. If the power of the rabbit talisman is developed to the extreme, it can even break through time and space. Although Bai Liufeng has not been able to reach such a terrifying level, tearing space apart is no problem at all. It was as if he had stepped into 3-dimensional space and time, while the old demon Wuji was in 2-dimensional space and time, making it difficult to cause harm to him. Swoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Bei Shang's mental power exploded, and when the flying sword urged him to kill, a large amount of mental power formed into a sharp sword and killed the old demon Wuji. Hateful. The face of the old demon Wuji was extremely gloomy. He had never thought that he would be forced to this point by a few ants. He pushed forward with both hands, and his vast true energy formed a protective shield to block the attack of the killing sword. He slapped Bai Shanghai and the other man again. It was obvious that his palm energy hit them, and even the ground where they stood was shattered, but they were safe and sound, which made him hard to understand. Ha ha ha, is this all you have? Bai Jingkai came charging with a spear in hand, and any strike he made was powerful enough to destroy the world. The three of them working together have become invincible, making it difficult for the old demon Wuji to do anything. What on earth is going on? After a long battle, the old demon Wuji had lost his mind. He could not understand the strange state of Bai Shanghai and Bai Liu Feng. Although he could attack Bai Jingkai seemed to be immortal and would recover quickly from the attacks he suffered. Moreover, Bai Jingkai already had the prototype of the powerful Great Dao, and could break through any attack with one force. Even he could not ignore Bai Jingkai's attack. He finally seized the opportunity to severely injure Bai Jingkai, but was stopped by Bai Shanghai with his telekinesis and Bai Jingkai was saved. High in the sky, a pair of cold eyes calmly watched the battle below. Kuei didn't take any action this whole time, because he knew that Bai Jingkai and the others were using the old demon Wuji to hone themselves. Chapter 200. Damn it, you guys deserve to die. The old demon Wuji became more frightened and angry the more the battle went on. He was a great master of the eternal realm, but he couldn't do anything to a few ants. If this got out, he would become a disgrace. Although they restrained the old demon Wuji, the three of them could not harm him. Attack, give me a full-scale attack. The angry Wuji old demon ordered the demon Dao camp to attack with all their might. Even if he couldn't kill the three people, he would destroy the Bai family army to vent his anger. Leave this to me. As soon as Kuei appeared on the battlefield, he stopped the old demon Wuji himself and asked Bai Jingkai and others to go and take charge of the battle. Any one of the three of them could kill a half-step Eternal Realm warrior individually, and together they could defeat even an Eternal Realm warrior. With them commanding the army, no matter how many come from the demon Dao camp, they will die. Who are you? The old demon Wuji regained his sanity. The Kuei in front of him gave him a feeling of being unfathomable. Moreover, Kuei had been on the battlefield all along, but he did not notice it, which made him even more fearful. Kuei mastered the power of the sky demon and became one with the sky. As long as he did not show up, no one could discover him. Kuei. The old demon Wuji had a solemn look in his eyes, and for a moment he did not dare to act rashly. The old demon Wuji did not make a move, and Kuei did not launch an attack either. Although he could suppress the Wuji demon, he could not stop him. When the two fought, they were just restraining each other. The old demon Wuji also understood this, so he did not take action for a long time and confronted Kuei in the sky. On the battlefield below, the war broke out. The Bai family's strength is as unexpected as ever. Many forces have been recruited to join the war. The Bai family also has 4 third-grade masters, so there is someone to take over. Bai Jingkai fought alone against 3 people from the demon Dao camp who were at the half-step Eternal Realm. He became more and more courageous as the battle went on, making it difficult for the 3 people to resist. Bai Shanghai and Bai Liu Feng teamed up to start a massacre. Even first-grade warriors could not escape their hands. Withdraw. After a short battle, the demon Dao camp lost more than a dozen third-grade warriors. The old demon Wuji was anxious and hurriedly ordered a retreat. Ha ha ha, it's not that easy to leave. How could the Bai family let the demon Dao camp evacuate easily? They tried their best to stop them. Bai Shanghai and the other 2 tried their best to kill them. The demon Dao camp paid a heavy price to escape the Bai family's pursuit. In this battle, tens of thousands of soldiers from the demon Dao camp died. These were insignificant, but more than 30 third-grade warriors and above died, including 3 first-grade warriors. Such heavy casualties caused great damage to the demon Dao camp. Bone. The demon Dao camp hid in their shells and dared not go into battle. Bai Jingkai and the other 2 would occasionally charge into the demon Dao camp, forcing the old demon Wuji to fight against them. The old demon Wuji also knew that the 3 people were using him to hone themselves, and he was angry but helpless. If he didn't take action, no one in the demon Dao camp could resist the 3 of them. With an opponent in the Eternal Realm, the 3 of them made rapid progress in strength. The 3 of them kept attacking. In addition to using the Wuji old demon to sharpen themselves, they also wanted to nail the Wuji old demon to death on the battlefield. After the Bai family pinned down the main force of the demon Dao camp, Xinhuo Palace led many forces in a desperate counterattack, forcing the demon Dao camp to retreat step by step and have to withdraw from Jingzhou. The demon Dao camp was already short of resources, and suffered heavy losses in this battle. The resources they had previously accumulated were almost exhausted. They were unable to organize a new round of attacks, and even had to worry about the counterattack of the human race forces. After repelling the demon Dao camp, all forces felt relieved, but that was the end of it. The current situation of the human race did not allow them to fight to the death with the demon Dao camp. If they push too far, the demon Dao camp will fight to the death, which will only cause the human race to fall into the quagmire of civil war, unable to extricate themselves, and give other forces an opportunity. Everyone, the demon Dao camp has been driven out of Jingzhou. We can't continue the war. Contact the Bai family and ask them to stop the war. Xinhuo Palace sent someone to the Bai family, expressed gratitude to the Bai family, and stated the purpose of their visit. Since the demon Dao camp has retreated back to their own territory, the Bai family will not continue to fight them to the death and will withdraw their troops immediately. The Bai family's army retreated, and everyone in the demon Dao camp breathed a sigh of relief. The Bai family had put too much pressure on them. You forced me to do this. Wuji the old demon originally didn't want to lead the heavenly demon sea forces into the human race land so quickly, but after what happened to the Bai family, he made up his mind to lead the heavenly demon sea forces here. After this battle, the Bai family established considerable prestige in the human race. Many forces sang praises to the Bai family. The Bai family didn't care, but instead formed a 200,000 strong Huangzhou army and began training. Half a year later, Bai Weiyun broke through to become a second-grade alchemist, and everyone in the Bai family was overjoyed. Ha ha ha, okay. Weiyun's breakthrough to second-grade alchemy is a family event. Weiyun's breakthrough is a cause for celebration. Even the human race doesn't have a second-grade alchemist right now. Bai Weiyun's breakthrough to become a second-grade alchemist is of extraordinary significance. He is currently the only second-grade alchemist in the human race. Once this news spreads, it will definitely cause a shock to the human race. Even if a new eternal realm appears in the human race, it is not as good as the emergence of a second-grade alchemist. The pills made by the second-grade alchemists are of great use to the eternal realm. Once people know that Bai Weiyun is already a second-grade alchemist, it will definitely attract countless strong people to follow him. Even the eternal realm will want to befriend him. Clan leader, it is not appropriate to make Weiyun's breakthrough known to the public, lest someone with ulterior motives harm Weiyun. The Bai family has been in the limelight recently. If the news of Bai Weiyun's breakthrough to the second-grade alchemist is spread, it will definitely cause an uproar and put the Bai family in the spotlight. The Bai family has many enemies, both overt and covert, and they will definitely find ways to get rid of Bai Weiyun. Although Bai Weiyun has always been in the family and is not afraid of being assassinated by others, things in the world can always happen, and they cannot take risks. You are right. Bai Yiming and others also agreed with what Bai Kaihuyan said that Bai Weiyun's safety was the most important. Weiyun has made a breakthrough, and the family needs to collect more high-level treasures and pill recipes. Bai Weiyun will not stop here. The Bai family needs to provide her with a large number of high-level natural treasures and second-grade or above pill recipes, and cannot drag Bai Weiyun down. Xinhuo Palace should have some second-level or higher pill recipes. We can send someone to contact Xinhuo Palace. After what happened with the Demon Dao camp, the relationship between Xinhuo Palace and the Bai family has improved. If they want to trade the pill formula with Xinhuo Palace, they probably won't refuse. After these years of development, the Qingfeng Lake in Yuzhou has begun to take shape and can provide some natural treasures. Qingfeng Lake has been controlled by the Bai family for many years and can now provide support to the Bai family. Take out some of the wild beasts that are fed in the lake and give them to the saint. They knew that Fuiao was looking for wild beasts to raise. Qingfeng Lake raised many kinds of wild beasts, and they could give some of them to Fuiao. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.